Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when the nothing shines upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle all the night. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your little spark. He could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle so. Though I know not what you are, twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Brian Wilson, El Halcón de la Ley.
Can you quack? Can you quack like a dove when you suck?
Well. Look. I'm clipping it. Oh no, I'm good. Look. HAWKTOBER is here, guys. HAWKTOBER is here. Hello, Zornkev. #1 fan of the Game Lawyer channel, Zornkev. Always know you were the favorite. And hello, EV23. Internet trouble, huh? Sorry you're having internet trouble, Evie. And, let's see. No restrictions, you go to work. You started work again? You already have started work on Saturday. How's that going? It's always a little bit of a fear that if you're injured, your body might be like, what are you doing? I can't do this yet. I know your job is like on your feet, like running around a lot too, right? And yeah, Zornkev, don't be bashful about it. You've earned it. And by the way, everyone, happy HAWKTOBER. There we go. My hair looks better now that it's growing out a bit more. That tends to be what I do. I get a haircut. It usually starts off a little bit too short, but that's because I have this habit of going way too long between haircuts. So when I get the haircut, I'm always like, I want it short. Make it short. Have I checked out any exciting local businesses? I mean, no. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've really left my neighborhood for a couple weeks. And when I did, it was, excuse me, it was to go to like, go to the big town. Go to like Home Depot and all the different places to do house stuff. I am profoundly uncurious. Yeah. Hey, this shouldn't surprise you too much. So, I mean, I lived before basically in the Portland area. There's a bajillion things in Portland. We never did like hardly anything. We barely left the house. So you think I'm gonna move to some small town with only like 4 restaurants and then I'm gonna be like, oh, time to get active. I think the fact that I'm in a very small town with very little going on fits my personality very well. Yeah. We did try a couple places of the local Mexican places, but we brought the food home. So I think one we had delivered. It was okay. And then another was a chain. I think it's a chain, but because Amanda still has to go to her job once a week. So when she's coming home, she'll like swing by a place and get something. It's not a matter of, you said maybe the limited options would make it less intimidating to explore. It's not, my lack of going out on the town is not about being intimidated. It's about really enjoying my home space. And that's getting tougher and tougher, man. We got our couch delivered last week. Ooh. We got our TV set up. We got the couch set up with those automatic reclining. Oh my God. It's better than I remember it in the showroom. I have fallen asleep on that couch over the last week. Half of the nights I've fallen asleep on that couch and then woken up at like 2 a.m. and gone to bed. I'm scared. It's fine. I'm denying it. I'm ashamed. You had to take pain meds to make it through the day. But today was easier than the past week, and you only had to take 1 pill. Hey, no, that's good. I mean, it's okay, obviously, if you're having a little discomfort, as long as you're not sort of re-injuring yourself. That's the thing. But it's kind of, I think it's okay when you first get back after something like that it's gonna hurt a little, like you got to push yourself a little. Just as long as you're not getting like worse again. Like it's whatever your injury is like unhealing. Yeah, getting a paycheck again, yeah. Well, yeah, Brad, Portland, I mean, I didn't like to talk about it very much, but it was mostly on fire. So, no, there's actually, apart from, like, it was before the pandemic, it was already a problem, homelessness. Apart from like rampant homelessness, very like conspicuously present in the city, that's the only thing that if you drove through Portland and you're like, oh, it's being invaded. It's not being invaded by like rioters. It's basically like there's just a ton of homeless people, and they're mostly just sticking to themselves. There's just a lot of them. They're not invading anything except the general like under bridges and stuff. Oh, nice, Evie. That's good. Your work rate's been doing okay. My apartment building was primarily rented out by Antifa Super. Well, you forget I lived in the suburbs, so you know maybe. And I didn't go out that much. Except Amanda had to go basically to downtown Portland every week. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe maybe she's part of conspiracy that's trying to convince everybody that Portland's not constantly on fire and under attack by like angry rioting mobs. But yeah, every time I went to Portland, it was just like, okay. And then certain areas, there were a lot of homeless people. Like certain neighborhoods, there were a lot more homeless people than there used to be. But that's the only notable thing. So like, I feel like if you're gonna send anything to Portland, send like housing. That's what we don't need military occupation. We need housing. Maybe we could get some of those like military tents. We could do all right. You didn't forget that I lived in the suburbs? No Millie Cam. Okay. So I've mentioned this awesome couch that we've got, right? My wife is in the very next room watching television on the very big couch. So we've got my my room, the door here closed because of that. So she doesn't have to hear me, and I don't have to hear her. And that means that Millie is out there because we don't want to shut her in here, especially if I'm not really going to be like paying attention to her. She's sort of like, occasionally I do, right? But it's not like she end up wanting out and just being by the door being sad. I don't know. Well, she's not in here right now. By the way, hi Jeff. I'm glad that you appreciated my check-in on Facebook. I posted to Discord that I was running late, and I also posted on, not Facebook, on YouTube. I put a comment on YouTube, the same one that I was running late, just for Jeff, basically. I think Jeff's the only one on YouTube who's not also getting on a Discord who cares that whether I'm going to be on or not. So there you go, Jeff. Glad you like that. So yeah, I was late today because I was setting up all of this wonderful HAWKTOBER stuff. Some of it I was able to recover from past scenes, but you know, and then I wasn't sure what I wanted to play, and I talked about Dead Space, so you know how I do. I didn't think about it because I used in HAWKTOBER, I used this as a background video, but I did this whole thing of doing it. Oh no, that's not the right one. Did I not do the what was this background video? Was that I think, oh, Resident Evil 2, okay. Anyways, I did a background video for Dead Space. I spent like 20 minutes making it, and then I realized I'm just going to be using this anyways. So, oh well. And then I had to go through and, here, let me show you guys. Now that there's 5 of you here, you know these HAWKTOBER streams really pack them in. I did a giveaway list. So that took some time. I had to go through my, basically go through, Brad won't care about any of these because yeah, you should have them all. I went through my humble choice list of all the games that I got in the past year. A year and change. That I already owned. There's some good ones, you guys. Look at, there's a few that I've played on my stream. Soul Reaver 1 and 2. I think I was playing that. Was it last HAWKTOBER? I know it was within the last year. Dredge I played last HAWKTOBER. Aliens Dark Descent I've played in previous HAWKTOBERs. Pacific Drive, the one about the haunted station wagon. I did that on stream. Jagged Alliance 3. That's like XCOM, but like 80s action movie guerrilla warfare style. I did that on stream. I know some of you were even interested in that one. All these are really good games that I got up on here. You wanted Thaumaturge to be good, but it's Eurojank, Brad. Did you try it and you thought it was bad, or are you just assuming you don't think it was because you tried it? Okay, yeah, it's definitely Eurojank. I bought that game. I didn't get that through Humble. I bought it because I wanted something turn-based. And then I ended up playing it just a little bit. I think I played through the first couple of missions. I thought it was alright. It sort of reminded me, like, if they made Gothic into a JRPG or something. Like, the voice... Or, you know what it even reminded me of a little bit? Like, the feel of it was the original Witcher. Witcher 1. It obviously was not, like, the same kind of game style, necessarily, but it felt... where the dialogue's all a little bit weird and the presentation is like all a little bit weird. Jaws, happy HAWKTOBER. This look giveaway list, you guys. Hey, Jaws, good to see you, man. Yeah, well, you know what? There were people that liked Thaumaturge, but I agree. It's janky and it's not for everybody. I still sort of plan to go back to it, but I just don't know when. That's why I've sort of stopped buying games lately. Like during the Steam sale, I don't think there was a big, autumn sale, I don't think I bought a single game. Did I? Now I have to look at my Steam library. I know I thought about buying. Now, that's not to say I haven't been spending money on gaming. That's the other thing I need to get into. I went on a spending spree the past week. No, I don't think I didn't get any new games during the Steam sale. Most of my games on my wish list were on sale too. And I probably have some older stuff too that's been through a couple of HAWKTOBERs. Even when you get to the bottom, from Risk of Rain 2 down, those are all games that have been on offer before in HAWKTOBER that just didn't get claimed. So, and they're actually, I cancel every month and then I re-up because I've already lost my seniority benefits. The longer you're with, or maybe I was grandfathered in too, to Humble Choice to have like a lower monthly rate. And then when I finally canceled, I rejoined and I lost the benefit of that extra low rate. Or they just hiked it up. I don't know which one. It still can be a good deal, but like last month, there was no game that I was interested in. And I was like, I should cancel it. And then I forgot, and then it charged me, and I was like, why didn't I cancel it? I don't want any of those games. But actually, this month, they got a couple good games. I'm probably going to resub. Well, I'm thinking about it. 2 of them are games that would be cool to add to my HAWKTOBER list, though. So I might do it just for that reason. Let's see, let me see what they got. Atomic Heart, that's the one that I would re-up my Humble Choice just to get, because I think it's $15 now for me to resub to Humble Choice, and Atomic Heart looks like a cool enough game that I would pay $15 for that. But the other 2 that they have are V-Rising and that System Shock remake. So I'm like that would be cool to like give away for HAWKTOBER too. That's there are other games I never heard of before on there. You couldn't buy anything because you have no money. Oh. Well, Evie, if I suspect you are like me. No, you probably don't have as many games necessarily, because I've been a little bit insane over the years collecting in my Steam library. But I'll bet you've got more games than it would probably take you full time every day for like 20 years just to, if you were going to play and finish all the games that you already have. Maybe not that long, but still, you get the point. You bought an FRE game? Is that what you said? FRE? But you only played Expedition 33. Top 3 fave for you now. Nice. No, that was a really good game. I got by the end I'd sort of had enough of it. Like I just can't, even my favorite games, I can only play so much. So I beat it, but there was so much end game. That game has so much end game content. Like stuff that you can sort of do like when you're ready to do the final mission, but there's another, and I think you can do the final mission and then go back and still do this stuff. There's probably an extra at least 50 hours of content that's just sort of like you just get more about the characters and more more context about the world. It's really hard and challenging stuff too, which is like I don't like that either. Oh, few games. Okay, I got you. Okay. So, but yeah, what I did do is I bought new game monitors and I just bought a new computer. I don't have the new computer yet, but I think you guys know. I know I've been preparing my wife all like year long that for my birthday this year, like every year it seems like I get something big for myself. And of course this year we got a house and I got this new insane desk. But right now my PC, some games it'll play and other games it'll crash like consistently. I just can't play. And it's kind of random because I can play some games that seem like they're pretty demanding without crashing, and then but other games it'll crash like every time I try to play it. And even weird stuff like Vintage Story, which is not super demanding. When I was first playing that, it was crashing my system. It's like, what the hell? And so I turned like a bunch of the settings down and it stopped crashing. But anyway, so it's been on my list for a while to get a new gaming PC. The other thing was just like a nice to have is, you know, I've got 2 monitors, and one of them is a 27-inch, like super nice 144p monitor that, you know, 2K 144 hertz monitor, and which goes well with my graphics card. And my second one is an old 1080p. It's good, but it's smaller. It's like a 22-inch. And you know, I kept saying like, these monitors are cheap now. I always was a little bugged having the 2 different sizes and 2 different resolutions. I was like, it'd be nice if I just had the same size monitor. And you can get monitors, like bigger monitors now, if you don't need them to be like, you know, with NVIDIA NSYNC and all the like the bells and whistles. You can get big monitors now for 1440p they're like under $200, not that expensive. So it's been on my radar to do that. And then last week, my original monitor actually broke. Like my main gaming monitor broke. And I looked at monitors really for the first time. And I actually found an Alienware monitor for, well, just under $200 during Prime days. And I was like, holy shit. And they do NVIDIA NSYNC and everything. They're nice. And so I was just like, put in cart. I got 2 of them. So I have 2 Alienware monitors now that are 1440p that can do I think they can go up to 180 hertz, but I don't think my graphics card can. Oh, you just built a PC after 7 years because your GPU died? No, the monitor didn't break during the move. No, it broke. Actually, it's kind of stupid the reason it broke. It's because, you know, I've got the new desk with the new monitor arms, and then over here I brought my old. I can turn this. I think you can see. Over here, it's all messy though. I have one of my old monitors in a chair. But I have my recliner over here, and if you're seeing that on the monitor, that means that I've turned the monitor toward the recliner. So one thing that I've done is I was playing JRPGs. I get my Xbox controller, I go sit in the recliner, and turn on the JRPGs, or just lay there in the recliner and watch videos or movies or whatever else, just like chilling over there. But the monitor arm that my monitor's on is pretty stiff. I mean, it sort of has to be to like maintain it. These are, you know, it can be heavy monitors, so it maintains position wherever you put it, which is nice. But turning it and repositioning it, you have to be a little forceful. And I think I had my thumb on the actual like monitor part of the monitor, like the screen part. And I think I must have dug in there because I tore the time-space continuum of my monitor. It, like, the whole image, this like digital crack went down, and like all this digital like mess came off of it and basically ruined the image of my monitor. At first I didn't know what the hell was happening, and then I actually started touching it and I saw it growing and getting worse. So monitor hands, yeah. It's just lay there in the recliner with a good book propped on my knees. We have made a mess of the new house. Well, Millie, more than anything, has been making a mess with her mud paws because she's obsessed with digging holes in the backyard. And when it rains, as it does every, few days here, then whatever. And we're still like not sure how to regulate that. We haven't arrived at our final destination. A couple things we did. We got like this expensive like mud rug to help. Basically, it automatically sort of like cleans your feet off a little bit as you go in. It's like 5 feet long. And another thing we got is basically like a Roomba. It's not the Roomba, it's another brand. And we just set that up like 2 days ago, but that's kind of fun. It's like it's already memorized the house. It's like you got a little app where you can see where it like maps out the house as it's going, and you can see like the map that it's drawn and where it is, and it's all like its whole cleaning route as it goes. It's pretty neat. She can do what she wants in the house. Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird because, you know, we never really had a problem with dogs muddying up the house when I was a kid. So we had dogs, but there was the outside dog that mostly stayed outside. But I don't think that dog was like into screwing with dirt all the time either. So Millie's just like, she just gets into like, she's obsessed with dirt and mud puddles. Like she just jumps on the mud over and over again and like digs holes, and she dumps on it and makes like the dirt skid away. And as the dirt's skidding away, she tries to catch it. And she does it again and again. She acts like the damn earth is alive. Like she's in some sort of a contest with it. She looks super serious when she does it too. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed that she's digging holes. Now, here's the thing. And it was important to Amanda in particular, but I kind of agree with it. She was so cooped up in that apartment, and we were so looking forward to her having a yard. And we've always known that she likes to dig and play, like, mess around with dirt. So sort of the plan was, and maybe if we were better at training dog, it would work out. But the plan was to let her dig holes away from the house. Now, it turns out her favorite place to dig holes is right by the back door. So, and half the time, the way she's hitting that dirt, the way when she makes it fly out, it's hitting the side of the house. So it's like, oh my God. And she's just upset. Like, she's obsessed with it. She is absolutely obsessed with the dirt. Attacking the dirt over and over. She'll do it for hours. But I'll tell you what, her energy, like she's like happy as a pig in shit. Like her mood since we've moved here, she used to get really pent up, and you could tell she just like had massive cabin fever being in that apartment all the time. And then, you know, we had that balcony, which was, you know, it was a good size. It's probably like an 8x10 or something like that. It was a nice sized balcony. It had her bed out there, but also had her like her pee pads and everything, which we changed every day. But still, it was like, half the time she was out there, she was hanging out with like the poo between times that we cleaned it up. And she probably didn't care so much about that, but she was always walking through it, and she always smelled her paws always smelled a little bit like pee, or sometimes she'd lay in it and she'd roll around. She was whatever. She was just around it too much. And there wasn't a lot we could do about it except for change it as often as we could. So anyways, we kind of were like, we're just really happy that she's got stuff that's keeping her engaged, like especially while we're working and she's doing stuff and she's like actually having fun. And she'll play until she gets tired and goes to sleep, and then her mood just seems really good. Like her whole demeanor has just become really good, and we're taking her for walks every day now and everything. But yeah, the mud tracking in the house and the holes that she's digging. Now I go and I fill in the holes about every week. That's the thing I do too. Like every weekend, just about. I go out in the yard, I fill in the holes again, and I pick up all the crap from the lawn, and then I mow the lawn, like, you know, like I only did a couple times when I was 12, and I wasn't, and I was bad at it. So anyways, now I'm in my 50s and I'm doing mowing the lawn. It's kind of weird. It's oddly satisfying. I never thought I'd say that. But well, filling in the holes is not that bad. We've got one of those really like hard rake type things. And like really you just sort of rake the pile next to the holes that she's dug back into the hole. It's not a ton of work. Of course, she's 5 seconds later, she's all that her dirt is back out all over the place again. But digging's harder in winter. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be at times. It already has been. When it's cold and wet and like the moisture is sunk in, it doesn't really normally get like winter like ice snow, shit like that, but it definitely will be wet and tougher going into winter. At least I hope. I don't think the weather here is much different, like in terms of like snow and shit like that, than it was where we were before. Usually every year it'll like 2 or 3 times it'll snow a little bit. Like you might have 1 or 2 days of snow cover, and it's so like rare that everyone's like, oh cool, look, there's snow outside, yay. Not like places that actually have snow where it's just like, oh, does that shit again? Oh great, whatever. Didn't some of that dirt once have grass on it? She doesn't dig in the grass. Now what we do have is a lot of grass that now has dirt on it from the holes. But she actually does not dig in the grass. The lawn is surrounded by like dirt and wood mulch areas. And she does her dirt attacks, her dirt wars happen in the area that's not lawn. So I haven't seen any rabbits or squirrels. We've seen deer. There are actually deer that like walk through our front yard sometimes. So it shouldn't surprise me so much, but like what's like Sweet Home where we live actually doesn't feel like you're in the woods or anything. But we're probably a quarter of a mile from like actual hills and like where basically the forests of Oregon start. And then you're going 30 miles and it's just hills and woods. So we're like, I'm not used to living that close to that sort of like large swaths of nature. But I'm sure I was even joking, there's, you know, we have to fight off bears and stuff, but it's possible. I mean, we're enough in where there's houses around us, like a buffer zone where we're probably not going to be like, if a bear comes out of the woods, it's not like our house is going to be the first place that it sees, but it's sort of thing where it's like, yeah, we could end up seeing stuff like that out there. Hey, Rockslide. Doing good, man. How are you doing? Happy HAWKTOBER. I know there are chipmunks around. I haven't seen any, but I know when we're camping in areas around here, we've seen chipmunks. So I know they're around, but no, I haven't seen any like little, you know, what a rodent life anywhere. I imagine they're around. I don't know if it has something to do with like this is like a housing development. It's still actively being built. Like right now, there are literally 2 houses like along the street that I live on that are actively being built simultaneously. And like when we moved in, there were 2 other completed houses that were also for sale. Both of those have sold. One family just moved into one of them like earlier this week, and another one you can tell like it's under the big sign says under contract, but they haven't moved in yet. But like they've been around a couple times with their dog, like looking around and measuring the windows and stuff like that. Steal the copper. Oh no. But yeah, so I got the new monitors, and I just got this. I bought one first because I wanted to make sure like I liked it, and then I did, and I was like, no, I'm gonna get the second one, Prime Day. And then I was like, hey, we're close enough to my birthday, which I was planning on getting a new PC, and it's like Prime Days, right? So maybe I should start getting an idea of like what's a good deal and what's not a good deal, and like what, you know, figure out what I want to get, what kind of like under the hood stuff I want, and what's good price for it, and like what sort of, how far can I push the like what I'm willing to spend to get the best stuff in it. And then I just got so excited about buying stuff, I sort of committed like, okay, I'm gonna buy a computer now. The funny thing is I didn't even get anything from Prime. I ended up buying a computer from Newegg. I found stuff that I was interested in on Prime, and then I ended up looking at other things like Costco and Newegg and Best Buy and a bunch of other places for stuff in the same ballpark, and I found like a really good combo of stuff on some pre-builts on Newegg. Yay, 30th birthday! Yay! So, what is it called though? It's actually like a brand new brand. I'm a little nervous. After I bought it, I was like, what have I done? It's like, it's not an established brand, but it's like a new brand out of California. Let me pull up my Oh, come on. Why are you giving me the runaround? Okay, here we go. Stormcraft. Have any of you guys heard of Stormcraft? It's a Stormcraft gaming PC Skyhawk Pro. Here, I'll paste it for people that are interested in. And if it works, hopefully it works. Oh, is that? Oh, never mind. The hyperlink is actually too long for. It's too many characters. I don't know exactly what AI powered means aside from it's like, I think it's the new graphics card for Nvidia are somehow using AI to fake frames or something. That's my guess. They're using it to enhance like graphic capabilities. Let's see. It's AI powered. AI powered GPU. I just didn't even look at it. I want to. What I'd love is an AI summary of what AI powered GPUs do for us. Stormcraft sells umbrellas. So, and I decided like I wanted to spend about what I spent before on my last computer, and I really liked my last computer. The last computer I bought was from CyberPower, which is sort of like, what's the other one? iBuyPower or whatever. It's sort of like comparable to that, except my other one wasn't a pre-built. My other one was like literally I picked all the parts and they assembled it. This time I didn't even want to bother with that. I just wanted to be like, I want to find all the parts like that I want inside, and then find someone who's making that, and then try to find someone who's making that for a price that fits. I am quite the AI enthusiast. You know, I like to screw around with it, but I don't spend a lot of my time messing with AI. All right, like I did AI G-Law. Well, I did it twice. And I dabble with those like, I dabble with chatbots here and there. And I've dabbled with, with those podcasts, those AI podcasts, which I thought were fun. I screwed around with those for a couple days. But just a slightly smaller world than before. Okay, Brad, appreciate that. But yeah, so hopefully I get this computer. There's not a ton of reviews for it, but the reviews are all like consistently good. Even people that got computers with like if they had a computer with a problem, which can happen with any manufacturer, just about any computer company you buy from, you're gonna see certain people get their thing, and for whatever reason, it's like there's a problem with it. But it sounds like they're pretty responsive and good, and unless they're all fake reviews. I don't know. They're just like, I got a little paranoid after I bought it. I was like, Because the other one, well, first Alienware computers came up, but then I was hearing like actually like people that in the serious gamers and PC gamers are like, no, Alienware is like not a good deal or something. And it's hard like if you want to upgrade them because all the crap they put in there is proprietary, so it's really hard to like upgrade the stuff later if you need to change anything out. Did I cheat on Evie with an AI girlfriend? I'm not sure what that means. Man, where did they have AI girlfriends? I've messed around with the different chatbots. Like they well, like Replica and stuff. They got a lot. You can play with them for free. Some to more extent than others. So I went through like I think it was like a year ago. I was screwing around with different chatbots and kind of having fun with those. Oh, Rock Slide. Okay. Sorry, I missed that. I was just looking at the stuff that was addressing me. You tuned in late for AIG Law. Do I still have that?
Well, here we are again for another Thursday night stream with the Gaming Lawyer. As always, Gaming Lawyer streams every Thursday night. You can take it to the bank. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing tonight? Hello, Eve23, first in the room. Hello, Brad. I'm sorry in advance for the game I'm about to play.
There was AIG Law. I know you can't tell this, but that was not really me. You hate the podcast so much? You thought it was a bit and that I'd be back after a break? Oh, okay. Let's see. I think I don't even have... That was just like an introductory... I'm going to say Brad hates AIG Law. Oh, he is doing
Chuckles,
a little...
adjusting my headset. Oh, Brad's here too. Perfect. You know, I was actually going to fire up some AI-generated indie game tonight, but maybe I'll spare you the trauma. Though watching you rage about bad AI might be more entertaining than the game itself.
There we go, Brad. AIG Law is sparring with Brad about AI now. Hey, Nick. Good evening, sir. How does it sound like me? There's places, there are like things where you feed it audio samples of like a few audio samples of somebody talking. So I like fed it a couple minutes of one of my streams, and then it can like basically create the voice. And then it'll basically it's just a chat bot that if you push a button to make it talk, it will like put whatever it said into that voice. It's way worse than me. Like his little stage directions.
Leans back in my chair, the old leather creaking as I adjust my glasses. Brad, my friend, I've been streaming for 10 years with this same voice. 10 years of Thursday nights, and suddenly I sound like a dying walrus? Come on, man. You just mad because I won't play Super Mega Baseball again.
That's AIG law. I have a nice speaking voice, though. You'd hire me. What about... Oh, let me ask. How... Joss Sedai wants to know how you would pronounce his name. Ooh, he's got somewhat of an insightful response. I can see the response before.
Scrolls through chat, spotting the new name Joss Sedai. I'm gonna go with Jazz Sedai. Like you're a smooth jazz musician who joined the Aes Sedai from Wheel of Time. Though knowing my track record with names, I'm probably way off base. How's it going, Jazz?
Yeah, actually, he's not. He didn't say it bad, except for when he said how we would pronounce it. He actually said Joss Sedai. So thoughtful, Barf. Yeah, that's funny that he was like, he connected it to Wheel of Time, which is where you got like it because you're a huge Wheel of Time fan, right? That's where you got your name. Oh no, dude. Oh my god, he's getting kind of, I think AIGL is taking it personal, Brad, that you don't like his responses.
I lean closer to the mic, voice dropping into that lawyer mode cadence I use when I'm about to destroy someone in cross-examination. Brad, my dude, you've been here what, 8 years? 9? And you're still shocked when my responses don't meet your exacting standards? That's like going to McDonald's every day and complaining the Filet-O-Fish isn't fresh. You know what you're getting. You choose to be here. I pause, taking a sip of coffee that's gone cold hours ago. Besides, last week you said my takes on FF16s were intellectually bankrupt. The week before that, I was a disgrace to the legal profession. I'm starting to think you just like hearing yourself type, counselor.
Wow. I think he made most of that up. Yeah, AIG law is pretty confrontational. Well, I think you're pushing his buttons is what's happening, Brad. Uh-oh. He just can't drop it either.
I glance at the new name, my fingers drumming on the desk as I consider it Rock Slide. I'm hearing that as Rock Slide, like you're some kind of geological disaster waiting to happen. Or maybe you're just really into playground equipment from the 90s. Either way, welcome to the stream, Rock Slide. Hope you brought better takes than Brad here.
Oh. How was that, Rock Slide? No, he didn't analyze your let's see. I'm gonna ask him, can you speculate as to where Rock Slide derived his username? I think he's just guessing. I'm kind of curious. No, I think he's making it up. He's he's really going in trying to find all these different things that your name could be derived from.
I lean back, stroking my beard thoughtfully. Rock slide. Okay, I'm getting strong vibes here. Either you're a geology major who thinks rock puns are peak comedy, or, and I'm betting on this one, you're a musician. Rock with a W, right? Probably plays guitar, definitely has a collection of band t-shirts that haven't fit since 2008, and you definitely call your amp the Beast. I chuckle, warming to the speculation. The slide part? Could be you're into slide guitar, maybe some old school blues rock situation, or maybe it's more literal. Like, you once slid across a stage on your knees during a solo and it became your thing. Either way, I'm picturing someone who owns at least 3 distortion pedals and has strong opinions about whether Led Zeppelin's later albums hold up.
Well, there you go. He thinks it has to do with with being somehow into rock and roll. Apparently, a.k.a. thinks he actually has spent a career in the courtroom. He's making up a whole backstory for himself. Because I told him that you said that he sucks.
I let the silence hang for a beat, then burst out laughing. That genuine, slightly wheezy laugh that comes from years of dealing with actual courtroom hecklers. God, Brad, you beautiful, miserable bastard. 8 years of this, and you're still here, still hating every second. That's commitment. That's dedication. Honestly, that's starting to worry me a little bit. You okay at home, man? You need someone to talk to? I lean forward again, voice softer, but still carrying that edge. Because real talk, if I actually sucked as bad as you say, you would have found something better to do with your Thursday nights by now. But here we are, again. Maybe you just like the abuse, Brad. Maybe this is your thing.
He's getting... It sounds like you're getting under his skin, Brad. I think you're getting under a.k.a.'s skin. I'm starting to think he's taking this personally now. He also doesn't quite realize that you haven't been coming to see a.k.a. for 8 years. What is a corporate heckler? No, he said a courtroom heckler. I can see the transcript, so I know what he meant to say. Tell him his... I'm going to tell him exactly that.
Lord! Talons of justice!
Tell him to eat more bone meal? Oh, he's making up a whole backstory now. He's definitely he's inventing his own fan fiction here.
I actually snort, coffee threatening to come out my nose as I read Nick's message. Nick, my man, bringing the heat tonight. Shit kid named his channel for clout. Okay, I respect the directness. But let me tell you something about 2015, Ryan. I spin my chair slightly, gesturing with my mug. I was 35, recently divorced, and my idea of clout was getting 3 people to watch me die repeatedly in Dark Souls. The lawyer part wasn't for clout. It was because Gaming Dude 35 was taken and I'd just passed the bar. Sometimes the most embarrassing origin stories are just boring real life. I pause, grinning. But hey, if it makes a better story to imagine me as some mastermind chasing YouTube fame, go for it. Reality is usually way more pathetic than fiction.
A little self-deprecating there. So apparently, he's developing a whole life of his own. So so that would make him 45 now. He started his channel 10 years ago when he was 35, recently divorced. He tried to name his channel Gaming Dude 35, but the name was already taken, and he just passed the bar. So he's like, all right, I guess I'll just use Gaming Lawyer. So there we go. I'm gonna say Nick thinks you should eat more bone meal. You think AIG law would be all like joining the Trump administration legal team? I don't know. I guess if you like shit kicking, I mean, he seems like a dude that just likes to fight. Hey, Matus, it is HAWKTOBER at last. Oh, your previous message? He's not far off of the music part. Get him to look up the track list. Okay, I'll ask him about that. Hold up, he's got to respond to Nick's bone meal comment first. Happy birthday, AIG Law.
I squint at the chat, genuinely confused for once. Bone meal? Nick, are you trying to feed me Minecraft gardening supplies? Because last I checked, I'm not a virtual crop that needs accelerating. Though at my age, maybe some extra calcium wouldn't hurt. My knees do sound like bubble wrap when I stand up. I lean closer to the camera, lowering my voice conspiratorially. Is this some new Twitch meta I'm missing? Are we all just casually suggesting dietary supplements to streamers now? Because I've got some multivitamins in my desk drawer that say, world's okayest lawyer on them. They're probably expired, but Brad here seems to think everything about me is past its sell-by date anyway. I sit back, still puzzled but amused. Or maybe you just really want me to grow some virtual wheat faster. In which case, I hate to disappoint you, but I think we're playing Elden Ring tonight, not Stardew Valley.
We're not playing Elden Ring tonight. All right. I'm going to point him in the direction of that playlist. And see what he says. I've played Elden Ring on stream before, once. I don't think I've ever played Stardew Valley. The first big break I took from streaming in 2016, I played a bunch of Stardew Valley, but I don't think I ever streamed it. All right. Let's see what he says about Rockslide's name.
I lean forward, genuinely intrigued now, fingers already moving to pull up a browser window. TFK's phenomenon. 1,000-foot crutch, right? Canadian rock band, bit of a new metal thing going on. Hold up, I scan through the track list that pops up, my eyes scanning past the usual suspects. Rock Fist, Absolute, Bounce, and there it is. I actually laugh out loud. Oh man, track 3, Rock Fist. You took the name and just slid it. Rock Fist becomes Rock Slide. That's either the most dad joke level pun I've ever heard, or it's actually kind of brilliant. I'm honestly not sure which. I shake my head, still grinning. 1,000-foot crutch fan in my chat. Did not see that coming. You got that whole album memorized, Rockslide? Please tell me you're not about to request I play some Christian nu metal over my Elden Ring deaths tonight.
Rockslide, were you there for that? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know that band, but AIG Law apparently knows all about it now that he's looked into it. Unless Rockslide was like, he didn't notice my message, I'm out of here. And then I spent the next like 5 minutes in chat paying attention to it. But he's gone. All right, there we go. Was it based off of track 3, Rock Fist? You took the name and just slid it? He didn't get it right? That's how you came up with your name? Like, wow, AIG Law did something right. Why does Brad keep catching strays? Because, I don't know. I think he's aware that he's got this ongoing problem with Brad not liking AIG Law. So I think he's got a rivalry with Brad now. It's track 5. Okay. All right. So, should we do a to kick off HAWKTOBER? Should we do a giveaway spin? Who thinks we should do a giveaway spin? Who would want to be on the wheel to compete for these games? If I did a spin right now. And with the Wheel of Misfortune. With one of these amazing games from this list that's really right here. I can see it. I can touch it with my hand. Ooh. Yeah, I haven't played. It's the reboot, and I have not. I launched it because I learned last week I should launch it for the first time. Launch a game for the first time before stream, because it nowadays they spend 5 minutes building up. What are those things called? I was gonna say sliders, but that's rocket. What are those things called? Where they're shaders? There we go. Let's see. Okay, we got EV23. Nixie. Yeah, Joss, I think I might have played it before you did. But then you finished it and were super enthusiastic, and I think you inspired me to go back and finish it because you liked it so much. So I think we were playing around the same times though. I really liked Prey, and I played, was it Moonbreak or whatever? The DLC was also pretty interesting. It's a wholly different experience, but it was interesting too. I should be playing Chilla's art game. You know, the funny thing is I still had this when I loaded up this thing. This was my 2023 G-Law thing, like HAWKTOBER thing. On the game screen, it said current game Chilla's art closing shift. So that's how long ago I used this. That's how long ago I used this scene. I guess the 2024 scene I put together was, I don't remember what was happening last year, but it was not good. Like, it was like very bare bones. Maybe I was going through a crashy period or something. There's more to the story. You're playing a game of tag at camp called Natural Disaster, and that's where you came up with the name. Okay, Rock Slide. Gotcha. Kind of fits the theme. I never did finish Midnight Suns. I've still, occasionally I still think about it. Alright, so I have EV23 and Nick C wanting to go on the list to win one of these amazing games. I'm pretty sure Brad already has all these games. Joss, you want on this guy right here? You'll roll for fun? I don't know, it seems like these days you don't have a lot of time to play games, but they just were, maybe I should look into it. Oh, literally, I have not done any planning for October until tonight. I knew vaguely that I'd been thinking about playing Dead Space. I think last night I poked around a little bit, but I was exhausted. Just about like I remember last year, I liked playing The Quarry. And I've got a few other games by that company that they do, like Until Dawn and all that other stuff. I don't have Until Dawn, but I've got like 3 of their other games. So I was kind of like thinking about doing that. I downloaded Dead Space yesterday because that was sort of like the first game that popped on my radar this season that I felt like I wanted to play. You only have 1 game this year, Nick? You do have a little time and more time to play once you get rated. Okay. You think you have access to all these games but throw you on there anyways? Okay. That's fair. Would you like to be P-Rich? I'll do P-Rich just because, you know, I don't want to blow your cover. There we go. All right. Well, Rock Slide, you want on this bitch? You want to win any of these games? Matus? I know Matus seems like he never wants to go on the wheel. Your Steam list about 120 behind where you are. Okay. There you go. That's like I was saying earlier. I still have like 20 items on my or more on my wish list, but the recent like Steam sale, some of them were on pretty decent sales, and I'm just like, I know I'm not going to play them right now. I just have games. I have a lot of games, and I have a lot of games that I actually want to play. Like, if I wasn't playing, and honestly, if it weren't October, I would still be playing Oblivion Remaster, because I've been really into that game when I've played games. I haven't been playing games every night. I've been tired a lot. Put everyone on there 3 or 4 times to make it interesting. All right, Rock Slide is in. I think that's enough. And just to make it visually exciting, I'll put you in both. Let me get the here we go to the Wheel of Misfortune. Now remember, boys and girls, the winner is whatever this thing up here the bird is pointing at. That's how you tell. I forget why it was a confusion before, that I had to make some big deal about where the pointer was. I hope it's still correct. Anyways, now I gotta remember how to do the actual the wheel. No. Oh, okay. I think this is I think this is it. Wait, how do I've forgotten how to actually access it. Interact, there we go. Big money, no whammies. The wheel of morality. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. I should say the whole thing. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. You think the orange sign looks like it? No. It's pointing the other way even. Well, I guess one of them is pointing towards the thing. No, pay attention to the bird and the big arrowhead next to the bird. That's how you can tell who's gonna win. This chill arts game seems like something I did like more than a previous one. You know what? I think after we do Wheel, I'm gonna check that trailer out, Brad. Because literally last night, I thought about Chilla's art games, but I didn't really look into it. I always have like a mixed experience with Chilla's art games too. But like, I don't think the last one I didn't even finish it. I thought it was interesting, and it got to a point where I'm like, I don't know what it wants me to do. I just died over and over again. I'm like, all right. All right. These are the names on the Wheel of Misfortune. Who will win? Who knows? And by the way, oh, it's hot in here. Wait, I gotta wait till the flames come up again. Oh, it's so hot here. Okay. Spinning that wheel in 3, 2, 1. Is there a sound effect? I heard a little bit of a sound effect. Oh, of course, the guy that already owns all these games wins. P. Rich, yay, P. Rich, good job. You won the big game, P. Rich. Okay. Are there any of these games that you don't have or don't have access to, Brad? Big classic concentration fan. Okay, I remember basically that game. Uh-oh, you got... Well... There's no rules about who can play the game, just because you own all the games already. Alright, gonna make a note. First winner. First winner of October 2025. Brad Pritchard. First winner. Make a note of October 2025. P. Rich, a.k.a. Oh no! I don't know if this is intentional. When I typed it out, I was like, I typed it out like this, and then I was like, P. Rick. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden I realized what it looked like. I was like, completely unintentional. But then when I saw it, I thought it was kind of funny. No offense. P. Rich. 1. Brad. It was a typo, actually. Is there such thing as a Freudian typo? There's the list, Brad. What are you going to do about it? Is Brad probably like, something happened at work and he's not even looking at the screen anymore? The pointer has always been the crow. Look, the crow's still there. He's here on the giveaway list scene too. Was the pointer on Rock Slide? Oh shit! No, it's, you know why? It's because I removed... Here, I'll put it back in there. When he won, you can click, like, remove name. Take it out of the spin. Yeah, so it got rid of one of the Brads. So it would have looked like... This would have looked like before. Oh, shit, I did it again. Whoops. I swear to God, I'm not doing that on purpose. Maybe... I did it again. I don't know. Maybe AIG law... Maybe AIG law is I'm starting to channel AIG law a little bit. Taking it a little personal. Oh, I just realized my, there we go. I then got my camera back in the right position. All right, well, thank you, P. Rich, who's gone missing. He wins the prize, and then leave. He's like, oh, I gotta go. I'm not cool enough to hang out and see who won the wheel. Guess we'll catch up with P. Rich later. So, finally, the gaming policeman's finally taking his revenge on Brad. All right. Wait, now the... What am I doing here? That side? Alright, there we go. I have to very carefully position my camera so that the green screen is, you know... It's basically exactly positioned perfectly, so if the camera moves to the right or the left at all, then you start to see, like, where the green screen ends. The gaming policeman. What's weird looking? When I pull this down? Or something else? When I type P-Rick by accident. Does it blow your mind, Matus? I know I cultivate this illusion that I am actually inside YouTube. I'm inside the YouTube video. And I know for a lot of you, the illusion hits home. But sometimes, just a little moment like this can ruin the illusion. There it is. Actual green screen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a pro over here. I'm not just using some, like, I feel a little bad now because we use Teams at work. And literally, you can just, without even a green screen, you can just set a background to happen. And I'm like, I mean, obviously, I think using a real green screen does a better job of it, but still, it's like, it's not so special being able to embed myself into a video like this anymore. All right. I was also going to look up that new trailer for oh, is it a demo trailer? Oh, it's got a proper trailer. Do you think it's the P-Rick gag? That's why he left? That was honestly a typo. Like, I didn't do that on purpose. I just thought it was funny after I did it. Maybe it's like, after all that, Brad was like, I thought he liked me. I thought we were friends and then he did that? What the fuck? P-Rick? Fuck you, gaming lawyer. And he, like, ran out of there. Sorry. I shouldn't laugh. Maybe he's really hurt. Brad, wherever you are right now, I hope you're okay, man. Okay, I'm going to show this trailer. In honor of Brad, I'm going to show this Chilla's Art Game trailer. And we can all tell him later that he won and I watched the trailer that he wanted to see while he was MIA. Let me see. Where's my full screen? Justice for Brad. Oh, and in this one, I don't have my camera. Pull that over there. There, now you can't see it. Now you can't see the corner. Maybe a little bit of a Jaws theme. Harpoon. Whoa! It's a big fish. Oh wow, it's like a post-apocalyptic, like, flooded world. It's a little different from their usual fare. Usually they'll have mundane, like, everyday environments where things get weird, like working at a convenience store, working at a coffee shop, etc. Oh shit. Yeah, you should be. I didn't even realize. Here, let me start over. What am I not? Primary monitor. Here, let me remove it. Display capture. Huh. Wonder what I'm gonna get it now. But maybe it's because I have new monitors since I streamed last. I can only imagine it's because I had new monitors since the last time I used OBS. And so it was like it somehow got confused. I'm using the display capture function. So when it does a full screen like this, it's basically grabbing one of my monitor screens. So little this one. There we go. They're 80 minutes into a GLOS stream and no I guess it has been about 80 minutes, wasn't it? Yeah. Are you glad I haven't been playing anything? You don't have to use your imagination anymore. Here, I'm going to play the actual trailer now. See, that's the big fish I was talking about when you couldn't see it. This does, I can see why Brad would think that I might like this one better. Because it's like survival, going and like getting food, fishing, and... Well, that's not a routine fishing thing. Umigari? Nick, do you know what umigari means? Nick is our resident guy that knows Japanese stuff. Maybe Joss too. Joss spent some time in Japan. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that either. First person dredge. Yeah, actually, that's a good description of it. That kind of looks a little bit like that. Except I get the sense it's supposed to be a flooded world. Because there were definitely scenes of like the windmills coming out of the ocean that made me think that like this is a water world, Kevin Costner type situation. All right. Well, speaking of playing games.
45 seconds of gameplay.
You jinxed it, Matus. Now, it's possible we'll end up not playing the game. Oh, you know what? I should... we'll see how I do. I just realized one of my tricks that I've been trying to use to avoid crashing is when I'm playing games, I don't use Chrome as my secondary device. I've been using Microsoft Edge instead, which surprisingly is like a little less resource intensive. Chrome used to be light and resource light, but not anymore. And one of the things I noticed is when I started using Microsoft Edge, I started crashing less. I don't know if that was like the cause or it was false correlation. But you know what? I think I'm gonna reset. Just in case. it makes a difference. I could be like just superstitious at this point, but I'm gonna switch over on my second monitor to do all my stream monitoring through Microsoft Edge. Because I honestly, like, once I start playing this game, my PC, I don't know if it will make my PC crash or not, but I want to minimize the chances of that happening. Nope. Pop out chat. Live chat. Analytics. Average view duration, 29 minutes, 29 seconds. Good job, guys. Use Opera Lite for your browser? I think I might have dabbled with Opera. There was a point at which I used a few different ones, but I ended up settling on Chrome. I've really liked Chrome for a long time, but I don't know. I don't think it used to be Chrome was like this, oh, nice, lightweight, like really good thing, and now it's like a little bit bloated. Somehow it became bloated. Oh no, we got to stop. Call a recount. Stop the count. Do you think it's not fair that if Brad was there to put his name on the wheel, but he wasn't there when I actually spun it? Should that disqualify him? Is that a fair thing? Because usually it's just been like, if somebody, when I'm putting the wheel together, when I'm asking for names, that's how I determine who gets on there. And then once your name's on there, I don't know. You've used Brave for years now? I don't think I know Brave. We're going to have to think about that, though, Joss. Because, you know, if you put your name in and then you leave before the wheel spins, did you really, you know, there could be an argument to be made. Because Chrome was eating up memory like nobody's business. Yeah, I mean, I did notice when I started using Edge, which is maybe not the most lightweight, but I think it's more like, it could be more stable, like well fine-tuned than Chrome is at this point. All right, it says continue, but there's no new game option. We're just gonna do this, all right? Little Dead Space. Joss, did you say this is your favorite game? One of your favorite games? Have you played this version of it? I think it was Joss that said this was one of his favorite games. Brave was made by people who made Opera after they sold Opera to a sketchy Chinese company. Ah, okay. See, that I didn't know. Brad, did you hear the whole thing we were saying about you won, but you apparently weren't here? And then I played the Chilla's Art trailer that you called out. I don't know where you were, Brad, but this stream for 10 minutes was all about Brad winning. Things happening that Brad would like. And I think you missed it. One of your favorites, even though you hate scary stuff. Okay. The wheel is for watchers, not leavers. Or people that suddenly show up once a year with their girlfriend. Also, oh no, Nick. I know who you're talking about. How do you know that's not a real girlfriend? I think they got married too. I'm not going to say the names, but oh ye of little faith, Nick. Brave has weird crypto stuff? I don't know. Oh, you went to warm up some edamame. Do you know that you won the spin, right, Brad? Well, I'll catch up with you later on that, though. Because I've already left, like, the wheel page and all that stuff. But I understand. Edamame is important. All right. Okay, this looks good. And once I get going, let me know if I need to turn up the
I think it's me.
audio.
I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. Strange.
Hey, Armando.
Such a little thing.
That's her? Nicole?
Yeah. First deferred from her in weeks.
We're 5 minutes out. You still got that thing on repeat? Guess you really miss her.
Ishimura is not a job you turn down, but 6 months apart with only vid calls. It's rough. Easy to say the wrong thing.
I don't blame you. I'd listen to my girlfriend over Hammond reciting security protocols.
Forewarned is forearmed, Miss Daniels.
So you keep saying.
Here we go. Nice clean re-entry. Welcome to Aegis 7.
Imagine 6 months staring at that chunk of rock.
I think this is like
An
totally
independent
redone,
mine.
not just
That's
remastered.
paradise. Aegis 7 is one of the richest finds in CEC history. Some prospecting team set up for life. Now where is she?
There. Confirming visual contact with USG Ishimura.
What a beauty. Biggest planet cracker in her class, you know. And it looks like they already popped the cork.
Why is it so dark? We should be able to see her running lights.
Yeah. I'll get us into hailing range. Someone's got to be waiting up for us.
Just be careful on the approach. I'm not taking any chances with CEC's pride and joy.
No chances, huh? Is that why you were digging into my personnel files before we left?
You track your file access?
I'm a computer analyst. Comes with the job.
I ran standard CEC background checks, Miss Daniels. If you want to work in the big leagues, you have to play ball.
Sir, we're in hailing range. USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kelly, responding to your distress call. Come in, Ishimura. Ishimura, do you copy? Come in. This is the USG Kelly.
You ever hear of a full communications blackout on one of these things?
Never. Come on. Someone pick up the damn phone.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like their communication array is busted. Maybe a broken encoder. Daniels and I can handle it in 48 hours, max.
Hey, that gives you plenty of time to catch up with Nicole.
Yeah, I hope so.
Jen, Johnson, take us in.
Gravity tethers engaged. Automated docking. Let's go.
I'm losing control.
We're on course.
Daniel!
Guidance system override isn't responding.
Shit, we're coming in too hot. It's gonna smash us into the hull. Check. Aim for that emergency stabilizer. There, the blue light. It might slow us down.
Drop the flash.
Oh, I can turn around. I didn't realize that. I thought that was a cinematic. Alright, well, oh well.
Everyone okay?
I'm good.
I'll live. Hey, Johnston. All right?
It's my ankle. Might be broken.
Shit. But better than a broken neck. Or worse. Good call on the stabilizer, Isaac.
Gotta always read the manual.
What the fuck's going on with flight control? That guidance system's a death trap.
Better add it to your repair list. Jen, what's our damage?
Comps are down. We lost a port booster. We got a fire in one of the stabilizers and... Singularity core's a mess. Could be worse, but not by much.
Then let's get some help. Johnston, stay with the Kelly. We'll send a medic. Everyone else, with me.
Comms are always down. You know what? This may be a time waster, but I'm kind of curious to actually look up the original opening the opening scene from the original game. Just to see how different it was.
Guys, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. It's strange. Such a little thing.
How many times you watched that thing? Guess you really miss her. Don't worry, we're almost there. You'll be able to look her up once we're on board. Sounds like you do have a lot of catching up to do.
Alright, everyone, we're here. Sinking our orbit now.
All this trouble over that chunk of rock.
Deep space mining is a lucrative business, Ms. Daniels. Aegis 7 is a gold mine according to...
You know what? Has there ever been another version of this? Or I guess that's just what video captures look like. Maybe that's just what they looked like that many years ago. Oh, this actually is better resolution. Okay.
Never heard of a total communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with a
lucrative business, Ms.
How many times you watched that thing? Guess you really miss her. Don't worry, we're almost there. You'll be able to look her up once we're on board. Sounds like you do have a lot of catching up to do.
Alright, everyone, we're here. Sinking our orbit now.
All this trouble over that chunk of rock.
Deep space mining is a lucrative business, Ms. Daniels. Aegis 7 is a gold mine according to prospectors' reports. Cobalt, silicon, osmium. Now, where is she? There she is. We have visual contact.
So that's Ishimura.
The
Impressive.
USG Ishimura. Biggest planet cracker in her class. And it looks like they already popped the cork.
Why is it all dark? I don't see any running lights.
Corporal, take us in closer and hail them. And stay clear of that debris field. We're here to fix their ship, not the other way around.
USG Ishimura, this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kellion responding to your distress call. Come in, Ishimura.
You're gonna need to boost the signal if it powers
Yes,
low.
we know. Boost the signal. More.
Never heard of a total communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with 1,000 people on board, someone would pick up the phone.
What is that?
It's a busted array like we thought. Sounds like they're having problems with their encoder. You get us down there and Isaac and I can fix it. 48 hours max.
All right, you heard the lady. Take us in. Let's see what needs fixing.
Gravity tethers engaged. Automatic docking procedures a go.
What the hell?
Sir, the auto dock.
What is it?
We're off track. We're gonna hit the hull.
Hit the blast shields! That guidance tether's damaged. Switch to manual, now!
Inside the magnetic field? Are you insane? Abort!
No! We can make it inside! Corporal, gave you an order.
Field's too strong!
Is everyone okay?
What? What the hell were you thinking? Were you trying to get us killed?
I just saved our asses, Miss Daniels. If we had aborted at that speed and distance, we'd have smashed right into the side of the Ishimura. Now settle down. Let's get to work. Corporal, report.
All right, that's enough of that. Oops, wrong one.
45 seconds of gameplay.
Doesn't sound like a mess of radio. It sounds like gurgling. You don't have you don't have to be perceptive to be a spaceman. I think the original had quite a few different little details. Had a lot of the same beats and then some bit of different details there. It's kind of interesting. Written by boomers. You like the lady on the old one? Tab to do the mission. Made it aboard the Ishimura, but we need to find the flight crew.
How's the ankle?
Johnson needs a medic. Where is everyone?
It's like hell. But I've had worse. You go on. I'll get it strapped up.
I'm definitely going to need to increase mouse sensitivity. Camera X speed. Let's take everything up halfway to between 50 and 100. Red camera. All right, I can probably live with this. It's very smooth. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Although I've had games play really well and still crash me.
Go get help. I'll hold the fort.
Cool exploration.
We came down hard.
See, Isaac was born to Paul and Octavia Clark. An architect. Okay, there's stuff going on out there. I can't be reading this shit right now. I like seeing the inside of the ship. Like, this is where they hang out and they eat. Was this bunks in here? Oh, it's another table. Where do they sleep? Well, probably the bed's pulled down or something. Yeah, I played the original. I really liked the original Dead Space. It's been a long time. I think one time I streamed it, probably like 5 years ago, just like a one-off thing. But I've been wanting to play the remake for a while. It's literally the first time I've played it, aside from launching it shortly before I streamed it today. It's fine.
Guess we better go.
And yeah, it was impressive in 2007. No joke, but I feel like the remake, they've really done a good job with it.
At least we didn't take out the sun.
I think someone got this for me for Christmas, I want to say. One of you guys. It's on my wish list for a couple years.
May as well get signed in.
I should have looked up who got this for me before I streamed it tonight. This in BioShock you had to take break from because you get too freaked out. BioShock I really like too. I haven't played that in forever. The original BioShock.
Sync your rig.
They did a whole remaster on that too.
Welcome, Isaac Clarke, to the USG Ishimura. Rig synced. Collect kinesis and stasis modules from Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple. Location? Error. Employee not found.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
And this one feels very much like a, almost like a superior successor to System Shock 2 as well. Like, this feels more like a sequel to System Shock than BioShock did. Alright, well, obviously I need to do this. Oh, it's dark. Auto lights on. A save station. Can't interact with it yet.
Someone left in a hurry.
Locked.
Where's the security detail? Where's anybody?
There's nothing logged. No duty roster. No power to the elevator.
For God's sake.
Creepy
That
doll.
security console's still working. Isaac, get a damage report. I'm done playing around.
Express locator. Oh, there's my little cheat log.
Does anyone else smell that?
Smell what?
Like something died in the air vents.
How's the volume, you guys? It's low in my headphones compared to stuff that was on earlier, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily low for you guys.
Can you reroute power to the elevator?
If I can figure out why it's down.
You'd have Chilla's art. It is slightly low. Okay, I'm going to turn it up a little. All the desktop audio, I'm going to turn up just a bit. Let me know if it needs to go up more, or if it's too loud now.
There's something on the floor here. Is that?
I need that damage report.
Oh God, that smell.
What have you got, Isaac?
Shit. It's not just comms or the guidance system. Half the Ishimura's in the red. Engines, hull, the trams.
Could do that kind of damage to a planet cracker.
Was it you, Evie?
Okay,
Thank you, Evie.
Ventilation's up. Power to the elevator should be.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Uh-oh.
Another malfunction?
No. The quarantine systems are all fine.
Oh, wait. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, man.
Take it easy. Daniels, get those elevators running.
There's something in here with us.
Up there!
Oh, shit.
Ted! No! Daniels, get the doors open! Get out of there! Ted, drop the doors!
Oh, shit. All right, dude. How did I? Let me get. All right, let me get by, dude. I have to go the other way, and I can't. All my controls aren't active yet. Is there a checkpoint? I think I actually need to load. Hopefully, there's a goddamn checkpoint. All right, I think there's a checkpoint like shortly ago. Like. And also, I think it said if I hit shift, I should be able to run. That wasn't working either. Keyboard. It is, in fact, shift. Let me make sure that for some reason my... I didn't set something weird on my controller. Oh, you got it for me December 2024. Okay, so wow, that wasn't that long ago either. Alright, I'm starting to hear a little bit of static crackle, which sometimes means my PC is about to do something unsavory. No, shift is still there. Alright, I don't know exactly what's happening. Alright, well, it's not letting me run. Alright, that's not good. I thought it gave me a little tutorial pop-up that said, hit shift and move to run. But maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed. Maybe that didn't come up. I also can't smash that box with my feet. Maybe. I know that's a thing you can do as well. Aim. Okay, it said if I hold down right click, right mouse, or mouse button 2, I'm supposed to be able to aim, right? That's not happening. Alright, I'm feeling like I'm having some technical problems. Alright, space button is alt fire and stomp. How do I put away my damn... Okay, aim. Aim is not doing anything. Is the game pointing to the wrong keybinds? I don't know. I mean, I'm using all of the keybinds that they're saying to use here. Fire, shoot, melee. No, man. Reset the default. Yes, please. Save changes. Because right now it's like I'm stuck in aim mode. Let me try actually using my keyboard and see if that... Well, my mouse is not working either. You have to clear the mapped buttons and remap. What does that mean? Like the buttons that aren't working? Well, the mouse is not working either. Press T. Clear. Oh god, what was that? Reset the default? And just have to reset it to whatever it was? Do I have to do it for each one? Well, WASD works, but... Alright, well then I'm gonna... put a key that's gonna be T on my controller. I wasn't planning on having a T on my controller, but... Now that I'm gonna be using it a lot, I think I better. Keyboard function... T. Save. To the controller button. I have to clear the mapped buttons and remap. The control... Well, I'm not... Just to be clear, I'm not using a controller, and then when I'm using this, which is basically a miniature keyboard. I just call it a controller. So I'm not using an Xbox controller. I'm using basically what should be equivalent of the mouse and keyboard. But you're saying if I clear the actual controller buttons, somehow that will... Oh, now that's the fact that I actually don't have a controller. Cute, dude. Now it's stuck because I don't have a controller plugged in. It's waiting for controller input. It runs an imaginary controller no matter what. Well, let's see if I actually turn on my Xbox controller, if it'll... This is a really stupid issue for them to have. All right. Well, now nothing's doing anything now. So, hey, maybe I should just go back to the welcome screen for an hour and then we'll call it a night. But I think the game it's worked itself into a corner and it's become unresponsive. So I'm just gonna have to like force quit, and we'll try again. Give it a second to realize that it's off. Maybe turn my Xbox controller off again. Chilla's art. I don't know if I have the mental stamina to switch to a Chilla's art game right now. Because they tend to be a little tedious and frustrating. I don't know if I don't know if I'm in the mood for that at the moment. Although this is tedious and frustrating, so. You have to unbind all of the controller inputs. Okay. Then I will try that. Way to go, Evie. Buy me the Broken game for Christmas. That was on my wish list for 2 years. You're a little tedious and frustrating, and I put up with you. I mean, but that's true. But Brad, I don't have an option, though. Like, you're my friend. Chilla's art games are not. I don't need to put up with them. But at the very least, I can wait till I'm in the right mood to deal with them. Well, they won't let me get rid of that one, apparently. Wow, there's a lot of keybinds here. They won't let me change those. They got tired of me, deleting stuff. Okay, these certain ones will not unbind. Oh no. Oh fuck, I did it again. It would let me edit it, but it wouldn't let me clear it. And then I hit edit, and then I'm in a situation again where because I hit the edit and I don't have an appropriate controller turned on, the game is now frozen again. All right. I'm going to try this one more time and try not to fuck it up. And then I may give up on Dead Space for the evening. No, I never saved it. So I doubt anything that I did there will be retained. I wonder if I can just do all that from this menu here. From like the root, from the title screen menu. It's a little like unresponsive too. Like when I hit T, it doesn't register it the first time. There's a little bit of unexpected jank to this game. Okay, these aren't doing it at all. Oh wait, that did it. Okay. These aren't changing at all. All right, and now I will escape, save the changes, and now we'll get back into the game and see if that did the trick. It did! Just! Yeah, if this fucking guy would let me get it. There, this is more suspenseful than the casual stroll I was doing before. Just save the day. Oh, shit. I knew that was gonna happen. What if I did something because of... Well, Eva, I think your stream's a little bit behind at this point, but I fixed the problem. Alright. Oh, if I change, but yeah, this worked, so we'll see. Hopefully I don't run into any more problems. All right, and that was the thing that was happening before, is I was stuck. I was stuck in that mode. Okay, now everything's working. Everything's working. And hello, animal lawyer. How you doing, Keith? Happy HAWKTOBER. How you doing, man? Hey, look, it's also Ashley. Hey, Ashley. Ashley and Keith. Together again. This great October month. How's my energy? I did something a little different this year. I opened up October with a marathon giveaway. I gave all little games away during the first hour of the first stream of October. I'm just trying it out. Just kidding. I didn't do that. I just remember you came in here last time all excited about the October drawings. The real horror was the UI programming the whole time. Alright, well this is not ideal. Was that a good idea what I just did? Oh, I forgot. You gotta get rid of their limbs in this game. Because they're, if you take their head off, like, just tentacles grow out and shit. Must be HAWKTOBER. The UI was the horror, and the AI, G-Law, was also terrifying. Alright, well hey, now that it's working, I'm happy. And I actually could tell from just a little that I have exposed to this version of the game, I really like the controls better, because I remember the original controls were real weird. Their control scheme was very unintuitive. Whoa! He is an engineer, so it's probably fine. Okay. Do I have a flashlight? AIG Law is the most horrifying part of the October season. Well, he's never been involved in a October season until this one. Inventory. Do I need to... Is this an arrow key situation? It is an arrow key situation. Which means... I was not told that I would be using arrow keys. Which means I'm going to set up my little keyboard thing here to have arrow keys in it as my alt movements. Keyboard function. Left. Keyboard function down. Keyboard function right. Keyboard function up. And just to make things even, I think I'm going to convert the Alt F to enter to be enter. Because I'll bet that's a thing too. All right. Main impact in his maiden voyage. You got some garlic in your eyeball, Brad. What are you doing over there? AIG law really is like, it's really got you off your game. Oh yeah, so it's gonna do a small amount of help. Okay, I could use a small amount of help. So, yay, I'm glad that Dead Space is working again. 'Cause I have been wanting to play this. Get to safety.
Isaac. Oh my god, Isaac. You made it.
They're everywhere. Shin, is he,
He's gone. Nothing I can do. What the fuck are these things?
The ones I saw, some of them were wearing Ishimura uniforms.
They're the crew? How the hell can they be the crew? Look at them.
We need to get to the bridge. There's 1,000 people on board. Someone will be there.
We can't. The tram system's wrecked. Everything's locked down because of the quarantine.
And you're both repair techs, so how do we do this?
There's a broken tram car blocking the tunnel. It's gridlocked the system. And the data board's burned out. I can't lift the lockdown or call the tram until we get a spare from the maintenance bay. But it's all on Isaac's side of the quarantine.
I'll handle it. Just make sure there's power to the repair systems.
And Isaac?
Yeah?
I'm sure Nicole's okay. She's the doctor, right? She'll do the smart thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she always does. Find somewhere safe. I'll be back soon.
Let's see, get the tram running. See our current objectives. Broken tram cars blocking the whole system. Fortunately, I made it to tram repair, but I need to get it off the tracks. I need to find the data board. And why is he asking? Rhetorical question? I don't know. I'm sure garlic is fine in his eye. Always put garlic in your eye. What was it my mother always used to say? Never put garlic in your eye. Sorry, I'm referencing an old Kids in the Hall skit that probably no one but me remembers. Eyeball garlic, best garlic. That's the way I came in. Oh, a save station. I'll take that. There's this Kids in the Hall was a sketch comedy show that was, they did a little reboot a couple years ago, but it was from the 90s and I used to watch it all the time. And you know, it's like SNL where they just have like little 4-minute sketches that are just totally disconnected. And there's this one where they're at like a business convention like meeting where there's a speaker and then there's a bunch of people in a convention room at tables where they've had lunches and stuff like that. And the guy's sitting there and he's getting tired and his eyes irritated. And he looks down at the table and there's like a salt shaker. And he's rubbing his eye like it's hurting and he's like, what was it my mom used to say? And then he thinks, and he's remembering the echo of his mom's voice, and mom says, never put salt in your eye. Never put salt in your eye. Always, never, always put salt in your eye. Always. And then he gets confused and he picks up the salt and he puts it in his eye. And then he starts screaming. And everyone's like, God, what are you doing, man? Never put salt in your eye. And it just like, oh, this convention over the next 3 days, it's like goes to the next day and he's sitting there. And he's like, what was it that Richard said about putting salt in my eye? He's looking at the salt shaker again, and he's remembering like his co-worker saying, never put salt in your eye. Never. And he's like, but then he's getting confused. Did he say never or always put salt in my eye? It's a little bit like the bone meal dilemma. Remember when the guy really wanted to dip his balls in it? In retrospect, it wasn't super funny. I don't remember. Insult? I don't remember that one. There are some sketches from Kids in the Hall that I love. Like there's the one where the guy knocks on his lady's kitchen like back door in the middle of the night, and she opens it, and it's Dave Foley. He's this like really kind of sweet, innocent looking guy at the door. He's got blood on his shirts, and he's like, "Excuse me, I'm an axe murderer, and I'm next door's chopping up your neighbors, the Smiths, and boy, I'm so embarrassed, but I went up for a big swing and my axe handle flew clean off. I was just wondering if I could stop by and borrow an axe from you." And she's like, "Oh, gee, I don't know if I have an axe." And she's looking through her kitchen, and she picks up this hatchet, and she's like, "Would this work?" And he's like, "Ooh, sorry, I'm an axe murderer." And oh, I'm sorry, you know I can't read. Mr. Show was the best comedy show. I'm trying to remember if I watched Mr. Show. She's still there. You're both here watching in bed. All right, Keith. Yeah, I've still lost my way, Brad. Anyways. Kids in the Hall was, some of it was hit or miss, but I really liked it. Some of the stuff that really hit well for me. I never really watched a lot of Upright Citizens Brigade. I know the few things that I saw I thought were funny. I was never regular. There was the Upright Citizens Brigade theater in Los Angeles. There's also the Groundlings. That's where a lot of SNL people started the Groundlings. The Upright Citizen Brigade was, I think, another one that was kind of like improv comedy shows. Data board needed. Oh, David Cross and Bob Odenkirk. Okay, I did see some of that because I think that was on some streaming service, or is on some streaming service. I watched a bunch of it, and yeah, that was good. I don't watch it enough to remember sketches. Sketches I remember are things that I've watched. Like Kids in the Hall was just on all the time, and so I would have it on randomly, like when I was in college, and so I ended up watching some of those sketches over and over again. Maybe I should watch Mr. Show again. I know I was enjoying it. Okay. Can I open these things? No. And I think I had a VHS tape of something that I'd bought. And at the beginning of every tape there was like an advertisement for Upright Citizens Brigade. And I remember thinking, maybe that's where I saw it. Because I don't know if I ever watched the show, but I remember like seeing parts of sketches and think it looked funny. There were a few, so probably I watched it all then. Because I know I went through a little thing where I did a mini binge on it. Maybe I watched all of them. I never made it a mission to watch all of them, but I know I spent like an evening or a weekend where I kept going back and watching an episode here and there. I don't trust that shit. Nope. Thank you for letting me shoot the son of a bitch. Upright Citizens Brigade was a theater show first, and then they made the stage comedy show from it. Since then, UCB has been a pretty popular theater. I never ended up going to it. I remember there was a guy, one of my neighbors, when I lived in LA. It might have been, I can't remember if it might have been before I was a streamer, but it was where I was living when you guys met me. He used to go to Upright Citizens Brigade theater all the time, and he could get you like free tickets and stuff. And so I kept being like, oh, cool, like I wanted to go, but I just never did. So That's my exciting story about Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. A guy was going to get me in for free, and I never got around to taking up on it. Yay, interesting G-Law story about how he didn't do something. Oh, I see. Maintenance bay. Oh, it's one or the other, huh? Alright, well, let's start with maintenance. Well, I'm right by maintenance bay. You can't stand the thought of giving any money to EA. I'm sorry, Matthias. Especially now they got bought up by Saudi Arabia, and I have not looked into that. I'm not aware of that evolving situation. But I'm not gonna lie, I mean, EA has been kind of getting has had a questionable reputation for a long time now. He might give you the bone saw if you don't toss them some money. I feel like they don't... I can't remember. No, they do have games that I've played. I think. Not many. But I kind of don't pay attention. I mean, we've been... And I actually don't want to go down that rabbit hole. We've been down that rabbit hole before of, like... Do I boycott stuff for, like, political reasons and stuff? Or because the company makes questionable decisions? By and large, I don't pay a lot of attention to that. Much to
don't bother shooting those fuckers
my moral shame.
Doesn't even slow them down.
Okay. The only way is hacking them apart. Those arms, their legs.
Does that even kill them? Or do they just stop moving?
I know about the festival thing. That was a big controversy. Everyone is pissed off about the comedy festival. And I would say I pay attention to stuff that's happening in the world a lot more than I let on in stream. But when I say I don't know about something, usually it's like I literally don't know about it. Like one thing that's not on my top, it's sort of like I look at it a little bit like my wife. Like we'll be watching something, and she'll be like, "Do you know that that person is married to that person, but then they got a divorce 3 years ago, and they're also in that one thing from that one. Do you ever watch that show?" And it'll be some show I never heard of. You know that he plays the doctor's assistant in that show such and such, and I'll be like, nah, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, and they give to the dog charities in real life, and they do lots of. I'm like, oh okay. That to some extent, that's a little bit how I am with like. Did you know that that company in has franchises in Tennessee where they underpay their workers and like they don't give them vacation time or something? I was like, no, I didn't know that. Like, oh well, you know, you shouldn't go to that business because they did that thing in Tennessee. And I'd be like, oh, no, I didn't know that. Bill Burr's overtime during explaining his attendance. Yeah, I think I saw some sort of commentary about that. Where he's like basically, or deflecting, basically, when the topic comes up. That would work on you too. You don't know who's married to anyone other than Majel Barrett being Gene Roddenberry's ex-wife. I think I knew about that. But, you know, certain things do get under my skin. Like, I'll be honest, the whole J.K. Rowling thing, and I don't want, maybe I shouldn't be touching on this. The whole J.K. Rowling, like some of her hot takes, I don't really like. And it's to the point where, since she's gotten really outspoken about it, I've had a hard time allowing myself to enjoy Harry Potter franchise. It's probably one of the main reasons I got Hogwarts Legacy pretty, like really cheap at some point, and I haven't played it. And I think part of the reason for that is like I just have an unhappy feeling when I think about Harry Potter now because of that. Something else coming after me? Get into this. I won't bother sharing my opinion on it since you can guess them. You're glad you were never a Harry Potter fan, though? Well, you know I don't like getting into politics, but I do think people have become, like, just more extreme about their politics in general. Oh, god damn it. Gotta remember to reload. So, like, the stuff that J.K. Rowling has become hardline about was stuff that I think a lot of people was just sort of undecided about 10 or, like, 15 years ago. Like, oh, how do we feel about these particular social issues? And, you know, contrary to popular belief, people were, it wasn't just like everyone sprung up in the 1800s and had all these sensibilities all of a sudden. It's like these sensibilities, like, awareness grew of them over time. And so when some of these new concepts strike where they'll be like, oh, people that do that, they dress like women or whatever, weirdos, right? That's what, like, and then it takes a minute to sort of be like, okay, well, maybe we need to rethink this a little bit. You know, whatever. So I think it's natural that as these new things sort of enter the public awareness, that the initial responses, like, remember gay jokes were like a huge thing 20 years ago. Like, every movie was chock full of gay jokes constantly. And then at a certain point it was like, oh, is that, like, actually, are there reasons why that's, like, not cool to do that? Are there people that it's like it's hurting that we're doing this? So if you, like, see a movie where someone's doing gay jokes 20 years ago, you're not necessarily going to be like, well, those fuckers should need all to get canceled now. Because it was like, whatever. And I think J.K. Rowling was probably, like, sort of in that kind of space. And then she had some sort of a take. And then it got, like, hostile. And then it came to where, like, she got adversarial about it. And became entrenched. And, like, then it's like there's an emotional thing behind it. Where now it's like, it's not just I think this way or that way. It's I hate the people that think this other way. So now I'm doubling down. She's so annoying she ruined the game. Your partner loves Harry Potter. You shared your opinion on Rowling once. She's aware of it. I don't restate it. We just thought, well, here's the thing though, is like, I would still play Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not boycotting it. I would still watch Harry Potter stuff. Because in some ways, I want to separate, like, there are a lot of people who were involved in all those things that aren't J.K. Rowling. A lot of good people, talented people who did a lot of, well, I mean, I guess it's up to your opinion how talented they are, but I think there are a lot of people who did a lot of good work on that stuff. And so it's not just, it's sort of like when they found out Joss Whedon was a fucking creep. All of a sudden it's like, well, there's a million things that I like that Joss Whedon did. Am I suddenly not allowed to like those things anymore? Do I, like, now it's like, oh, I used to really like Firefly. Now do I have to say, like, oh, fuck that show? But it's still, like, tainted now, right? All that stuff can sort of feel like, if I'm gonna watch that, all I'll be thinking about is, like, the stuff that's, like, nasty that's associated with it. Go back and watch. I haven't watched Friends in a long time, but that doesn't surprise me. That was just that's just like 90s and early 2000s, that was like a major brand of humor. Was like making fun of, like, if men were being not manly enough or effeminate or homosexual or whatever it was. It was like the implication that someone might be a gay was like one of the funniest jabs you could take at somebody 20, 30 years ago. And it was just like normal. You wouldn't play or watch any of it, but you've been at Harry Potter and Universal. Oh, you have no leg. And yeah, we went. I'm still like, I like Harry Potter and stuff. We went to Harry Potter World, and I thought it was enchanting, and I allowed myself to enjoy it. But like, literally, I really haven't gone back and watched the Harry Potter series. Like, we have all the books, and we have all the audio books, and they used to be audio, like. I cycle through different familiar audiobooks to go to sleep. Usually it's Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is, like, Fellowship of the Ring in particular, is probably my most listened to book of all time. In fact, I was listening to it last night. Listening to the part at the end of the Prancing Pony. That's right. Anyways. You used to be able to watch G-Law stream. Now I learned he cuts the arms off necromorphs, so you just can't. I'm sorry, Matus. I didn't know. Is that a thing that's going to be like the next big... Like, oh, you were just taking the arms off of those necromorphs? Don't you think that there's some necromorphs out there that are going to be thinking they're being marginalized? It's like, I didn't really think about it. I thought necromorphs were just freaks. Seinfeld is one of the best comedies ever. You have a hard time watching because Jerry and Michael Richards both suck so much ass. And the funny thing too is, I'm pretty sure Larry David is like fanatically left-leaning, like very liberal, very vocal about it. And I guess people just got along better back in the day. Or it just was like they kept it separated. Does he still get along with those guys? I think he did. He still worked with both of them in some seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Jason Alexander and Julia Dreyfus seem like decent people. All right. No power. I'm at the point in the game where I'm like not paying attention to the game. I'm just walking around. Larry David is left-leaning, but he also got paid off to shill crypto. I don't remember that. Well, not that I don't remember it. I don't think I was aware that that was a thing that happened. All right. So I'm gonna do one more walkabout this level and actually pay attention, because every time I cover the same ground again, I find something else that I missed because I wasn't paying attention on the previous pass. So I'm gonna do one more pass and then I'm gonna go down that elevator. Game does that atmosphere well. I agree. Alright, that's not a thing I can interact with at the moment. I think I'm supposed to be following these exit signs. Not exactly sure why. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing in here, except I needed to fix the tram. And I need to find some sort of a circuit board. Yeah, the emergency lighting they got in this place leaves a little bit to be desired. Alright, I just know a jump scare is about to happen to me. getting plenty of plasma energy, which I believe is ammunition. Oh, that's a little bit unnerving. He and a bunch of other super rich people did an ad for FTX that premiered at the Super Bowl. It's a company that Sam Bankman... got sent to jail over? I don't know what... I mean, I remember that guy. Remember who you're talking about, and that he seemed like a major cretin. I don't know what the lingering status of his company is following that development. Oh, shit. Don't believe anything is dead. All right, and to top it off, I'm gonna be stomping on both of you. One for you, and one for you. Everybody gets a stomp. His company no longer exists because he defrauded everyone and was sent to prison. Okay, so when you're talking about premiered at the Super Bowl, you didn't mean, like, recently. You mean in years past? Circuit breaker. Oh, God. I think that's a problem I'm having right now, too, is, between being tired and being distracted, I'm having a hard time thinking about environmental puzzles. Credits. They're Japanese necromorphs specifically? Is it, or just because it's the Ishimura? USG Ishimura Aerospace Engineer Department. Shuttle repairs invoice. Alright. A lot of messed up shit. Well, I think things maybe got a little worse. Alright, so what is it? There's a blue powered thing that I'm gonna re-divert somewhere else. What am I gonna be cutting power to? Before I push any buttons, I want to know what I'm cutting power to. The elevator that I just came up on. Okay. It was 3 years ago. You're happy for me not knowing this shit. Should not be taking space in your brain either. You know, and also, I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but then I think like, okay, well, this before all the scandal and shit broke up. What level of awareness do people have about how much of a douchebag this guy was at this time? Because I want to say at a certain point, he was someone that everyone thought was like this wunderkind who's like, hey, this young, like, genius or whatever. Wait, where does the second one go? One goes straight into a thing right here. Maybe we'll undo that one. I know, that wasn't what I meant to turn off. Lights! No, I want lights! I do not want to turn off lights. Oh no, do I have to turn off lights? Because now I think I have to go back down the elevator too. Oh, bitch! Yep, just what I thought. There's one behind me too. You gotta stop doing that! All right. He had a PR blitz, but it was super easy to see through. Yeah, well, everybody gets they get shot and they get stomped. It's just how I do business. Everyone gets a shot and a stomp. We get a bunch of shots, then you go down, then you get a stomp. And if you're already down, you get at least one shot. And then you still also get a stomp. Okay, I'm gonna have to fucking turn the lights off, aren't I? The only way I can get back downstairs is to have that thing on and the elevator on, and with the lights off. Why? You know, it's just sort of like, hey, there's nothing sinister about that. It's just science, right? All right, this is gonna be awful. I do not want to turn the lights off. And of course, now that the lights are off, all the shit's gonna start coming out, right? When you played this years ago, you'd find a bunch of bodies in a room. You knew they would all animate, so you chopped and stomped them all, but then the triggering event happened and they reformed. Yeah. Any thoughts on Silent Hill F? Seems like a HAWKTOBER game. It looks like an interesting game. I think I should probably finish the Silent Hill 2 first before I buy more Silent Hill stuff. Let's just say I think I've got a lot of games, mainstream horror games in my library that are very good that I haven't finished that I would probably play before I would buy that game. But I think that game looks good. I've seen previews for it. I need to finish Silent Hill 2. I need to finish Resident Evil 2. And I have been noting there have been some very, very, very deep sales on Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Which will all be at various points more affordable than the new Silent Hill is. So I think that's my practical assessment, is the Silent Hill F probably pretty far down my list of games I'm going to play. But it is a game that's like, it is on my list of interests, of my long list of interests. All right, this is frightening for reals. Combat looks like ass and there's way too much of it. You've heard great things about the story. I didn't get a good look at the combat. I typically don't play those games for the combat anyways. I always feel like the combat is sluggish and horrible, which adds, to me, just adds to the terror of it. It's because I'm terrible at it and it sucks. Silent Hill 2, which I was playing last year, and still it's possibly on my list to pick up again this year. I don't know. The combat, I hate it, but it's designed to be like sluggish and awkward and terrible. It's like fighting in a nightmare where your arms don't move the way they should. All right, where is it? Where is it? Well, I hear you. Where the fuck is it? Ah! Ah! Reload, reload, reload. Ah! He's still alive? Stomp, stomp, stomp. And now I'm hurting. Use health pack. Yes. Okay. Let me read more chat now. What's wrong with elevators in real life? Oh, you hate elevators in horror games and real life. See, it's not me not reading everything. You're claustrophobic. Alright, yeah. You have to use them at work every day. You're really scared of elevators? Elevators haven't really freaked me out. If they do weird things while I'm in them, then I get a little bit freaked out. Like if they shake or do other things that's not good. I did have a neighbor, the elevators in the building that I lived in before, the old, when you met me. Those elevators got stuck every now and then. And a couple times they got stuck with people in them. And I remember one time, a guy got stuck in the elevator between floors, and like the lights were out in the elevator. I think it was dark. And we had to wait for like the elevator guy to come. And basically, I think when I was doing front desk, I might have been doing front desk for that. Yeah, I was doing front desk for that building at that time. At certain years, I was doing front desk work while I was doing my legal work, like my work from home shit. And I wasn't on the desk when he got stuck in it, but they like asked me if I would just sit outside the elevator and just be there to be a person that's there that he can talk to. So I sat outside of a broken down elevator for about an hour just to be like, hey, you know, I'm here. How's it going in there? Are you freaking out or what? You know, let's make an awkward conversation. He did all right. You want to live in the 27th floor. Eesh, yeah. It's a lot of elevator ride. Hey, Avery. Dropping in for you back to bed. Say, hope you enjoy Dead Space. And don't look behind you. Oh my god. No, I love the original. This is my first time playing this remake. And I am enjoying it so far. And I'm also had turned the lights off, and then I heard a bunch of weirdos walking around in the dark, and I didn't like that. What you can't see is about as bad as what you can see. Whoa! That was the door. That was the door that made that sound. Did you play the original as well, or just the remake, or both? Nano circuit repair. Alright, we'll get back to that. I've seen other things that I want to open first. Just the remake, okay. It seems like, aside from a little bit of technical difficulty that I had with the controls during the opening moments, which almost made me rage quit, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. You played the other two and found them lacking. Yeah, if you play this and then you go back to play 2, which came out like what, 15 years ago, it's definitely not going to be a smooth transition. At the time, 2 was a million times better made than 1. The original 1 had really weird controls, like really weird, awkward controls that felt really unintuitive. I don't know about keyboard or about the actual like controller, because I always do keyboard and mouse, but starting with Dead Space 2, they made the controls more like a normal game. The buttons that you're used to using to do things did those things in Dead Space 2, and it was like a much better experience. Like Dead Space 2 was sort of like the Empire Strikes Back, the series, the pinnacle. And then 3, I had that and I never got too far into it. They made it more like an action shooter, which I'm not that into. You glad I didn't rage quit? Yeah, me too. I've been enjoying it since then. I mean, insofar as I've actually been playing it, which I haven't been playing it a ton. 2 was well made, but your goodness, enemy waves are a bad idea. And who in the Uncharted ripoff thought that was a good idea? It's been 15 years since I played it, so I don't remember the waves. I just remember 3 got way more like first person, well, like it's third person shootery, to the point that like I started playing it and I was like, oh, just feels a lot different. And then I found out like, oh, it's not gonna be like the other games. It's gonna be kind of like this the whole time. I sort of lost interest. You want it to be more like Event Horizon? All right. You enjoyed 2 but didn't finish 3. I mean, at a certain point, I never intentionally said, I'm never going to play 3. I just, it's like, I couldn't get into it, and I never built up the interest to go back to it. It didn't answer any of the questions you had from 1 or 2. Okay. I don't know, maybe they thought it was going to be successful and they were going to make a 4. Was it supposed to wrap up the story? Subject, poker night. Keeping this off rig link in case Benson's listening in. You in for poker tonight, or are you gonna let Caitlin keep walking around with your credits? I'm in, but can you not invite Pavey this time? I know he's still blaming himself for Sorosi's accident and everything, but no one wants to hear about anyone's fucking nightmares. Oh man, stuff was already starting to go bad during poker night. Especially that one where he saw Sorosi up and walking around with half his head missing. That probably wasn't a dream on this ship. That was probably happening. And don't give me shit about it. I'm serious. It's messing with me. Last night I had one of those dreams where you wake up, you know? Oh, now I think they're all like probably losing their minds. They're turning into the monsters or whatever. I forget. And don't try to fill in the blanks, because the more that I forget about the game from 15 years ago, the more I'll enjoy rediscovering it now. But I forget exactly how the crew transformed, like what sequence of events. I have some ideas. I mean, I have some memory of it, but not the specifics. Like what specifically, like, oh, these guys talking about dreams, like what specifically that would imply was happening there. Except that I know there's a good chance it has something to do with the fact that everyone turned into a bunch of monsters later. You're currently playing No Man's Sky while you wait for Outer Worlds 2. All right. I got into a little No Man's Sky streak a few weeks ago. I was like super into it for about a week. That's how I am with games. The atmosphere really does a lot for this game. You love how the UI is just through the suit. That was something that was pretty innovative. Like, that was like that when they first made it, and that was like a big deal. The health bar is part of the suit, that sort of thing. You finally finished No Man's Sky achievements? Wow, nice, Matooth. Yeah, No Man's Sky, I like the feel of playing it moment to moment, but there's a lot that kind of wears thin on me when I'm playing it. And maybe there's more I just need to keep pushing and discovering or whatever, but it's like I was talking about Starfield and how people shit all over Starfield. They shit over Starfield because, like, oh yeah, it's 1,000 planets, but most of it is just like procedurally generated junk. And that's where I think, yeah, but if you don't engage the procedurally generated junk, there's a lot of really good stuff going on in Starfield. Whereas, like, No Man's Sky does the procedurally generated junk a lot better. But mostly that's all that it is. It's just done in a good... It's just well executed, and there's lots of, like, interesting things and systems to engage with in the middle of, like, in that setting. But it's a game that every time I get into it, I really enjoy it, but I can't... it's not like a game I'm playing No Man's Sky, and that's the only game I played for 2 months or whatever. You like Starfield, you're just hoping for more. That's fair. You find planets like that all the time? Oh. You ever find a planet so bad you got out and go out and get your Simpson? Nope. Okay. You also like Dragon Age Veilguard. That's one of those where, I mean, I had never have really caught up with the Dragon Age series. They're kind of like mixed about I forget what the last one was called. It was basically 3. And there was sort of a lukewarm thing about it. And I think I own that one, but I never jumped in with both feet. I launched it once, played it for like 10 minutes, and was like, this will be good when I'm in the mood for it, and I turned it off. And never booted it again. I think part of it too is I keep feeling like I should go back and play the first two, and I never finished. I played the first one the most. I never finished it. But when they shit all over the new game, sort of like with Blizzard and everyone else, like Blizzard did a lot of shit to piss people off, and they released some bullshit from time to time, and EA's got a pretty gnarly bad reputation. So sometimes I don't know if the game really sucks, or I think I was saying this a couple weeks ago, is it a bad game or a bad fan base? Not necessarily that the fan base is bad necessarily, but that they're angry at the company, so they take it out on the game and just shit all over it. That's like Ubisoft, I feel like, gets that. Like, after they cleaned up that Star Wars game, Star Wars Outlaws, that's one of my favorite games that I played last year. I like absolutely loved that game, and people hate that shit. Like, they look at it as an example of like, oh, this is like why Ubisoft is a fucking piece of shit company, because they made that game. And I'm like, I loved that game. That was Inquisition. Was it actually called Inquisition 3? I thought it was like Inquisition, Outland, or it's like it just had a name or something, which I can't remember what it was. But you think you'd like that? Yeah. I mean, it felt very much like, let's take the gameplay of Assassin's Creed, sort of, and make it Star Wars. But like, let's make it really feel like a well-executed version of Star Wars. And like, to me, it felt like, oh fuck, I'm in Star Wars. Like, I'm in Star Wars, the universe right now. I'm in it. I don't think I've ever felt as in the Star Wars universe in a game as I did playing that game. Even though I wasn't being Jedis, it wasn't like being in the movies, it was like being in the universe. There it goes, and then there's Brad. People like, oh, I still think it sucked. Oh yeah, I liked it a lot. Was that the Star Wars game where you shoot people with a human gun? I'm not sure I understand the sentence. You mean a gun manufactured by humans? Or a gun made out of humans? If you can't be a Jedi Sith, then you're out. Okay. That's fair. I mean, there was a lot of you meet Jabba. You cross paths with a lot of familiar Star Wars-y stuff, but you're basically like a lady version of Han Solo. It's an interesting angle, and it just felt, the music, the world, everything you see, everywhere you go, just felt super Star Wars. But in a world with magic powers, you're shooting people. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there was any. I don't think that character had any kind of Force component. I'm trying to remember if the Force ever even played. Like, I don't think you fought people who had the Force. Like, I don't think the Force. I don't recall the Force. Like, it wasn't like you run into Darth Vader. Wait, did she have a little bit of Force? Now I can't remember. Because I'm remembering boss battles where now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, did she have some little Force abilities? I can't remember now. A gun made out of humans. That's definitely what you meant? All right. Well, enough of that little detour. Get some credits. Plasma energy. Plasma energy. Alright, I think oh, there's some over here too. A data board.
Isaac, we can't stay here much longer. Hearing a lot of movement.
I'm halfway done. Found a data board. Just gotta move the tram.
Okay, Daniels, watch that door.
Wait a minute. Watch what door? Okay. Install the data board. And I'll bet everything terrible is happening right outside right now. Your Star Wars knowledge is solely from SWTOR and Star Wars MMO you played with Nick. Okay. Yours is from watching some of the movies and a few games. See, I grew up on the original trilogy. It was like one of my favorite things. If you, like, at the time that I was a kid, Star Wars was so fucking huge that I don't think you could have been, like, especially a boy born exactly when I was born, and Star Wars not have been just this incredible thing. Like, I remember when the last couple movies came out, and, like, every kid I knew was talking about it. Everyone. That's all they would talk about. And everyone was, like, wanted to get the toys. And everyone was like, yeah. It was such a, like a all-consuming, everyone was, like, just head over heels about Star Wars. So that's probably why, you know, when I look and there's people like, oh, I barely know Star Wars, right? I feel it's like, these days, you kids and you're not knowing about Star Wars. Or being like, I thought the prequels were the best. It's like, what? Where I think if you were a kid when the prequels came up, you'd probably like those better and thought that the original trilogy seemed like dry and boring by comparison. Playing SWTOR was a lot of fun. He wanted to be evil, but you were too evil. Did I have any Ewok toys? I can't remember, and the reason I can't remember is because I had friends that had, like, everything, and so I remember playing with Ewok toys. I imagine I had probably at least one Ewok. But I know I had friends that had, like, all the shit. And so I know I played with, like, a ton of Star Wars stuff, but probably 75% of it was stuff that I never owned myself. So it's a little hard for me, like, now in retrospect to nail down what exactly. I know I had, like, when the first movie came out, my parents sort of bought, like, a ton of stuff. Like, all the basics, the main characters. I had the Death Star, I had X-Wing, TIE Fighter, Millennium Falcon, Luke, Leia, Han Solo, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, R2-D2, C-3PO, a Jawa. Was there a Ben Kenobi one? If there was, I probably had that shit too. I don't know if... I don't think I had everything, but they were designed for merchandising. I mean, wasn't everything... Maybe it was more designed for merchandising, but wasn't that George Lucas's master plan from the beginning? Like, that he wanted to make these movies to sell toys? And that's how he became successful. Like, the movie studios owned basically all the revenue that the original Star Wars made, and he's just like, but you have to let me have the merchandising rights. And they're like, what the fuck is that? They're like, fine, whatever, loser. And then like, those toys became so insanely popular, they basically made George Lucas. Like, made it so he never had to, like, deal with the studios again. He had sequel rights, and he had merchandising rights. I think my friend had the Ewok Village. I don't think that I did. I remember playing with the Ewok Village. I think I had, like, a little Hoth battle scene set, but I never had any of the walkers. He thought he was a film visionary, but he very much was not. I don't know. I think George Lucas had some really good ideas. I think the movies, as he made them, would have been very terrible. This is just based on what I've seen, that it was saved in the editing room. But all this shit that made Star Wars great came from George Lucas. He really needed some other people to polish it up for him to make it work. Phantom Medicine was over 25 years ago. Isn't it more like 30? Isn't it almost 30 years ago now? Yeah, I know. I'm very aware. I'm very aware. Sometimes I don't understand how I've lived as long as I have, but yes. I was 99, okay. Studios hate this one simple trick. I've seen THX 1138. I think I saw... There's two versions, right? There's the actual student film version, and then he did like an actual like theatrical version, right? I can't remember what I've seen, but yes, and it wasn't a huge fan. Apparently, if you were a film student in the 1970s or a film critic, there were people that thought that it was impressive what he did. I'm not the best person to judge that. Like innovation in filmmaking, but I know when I watched it I did not enjoy it. I did not like Howard the Duck. Alright, upgrade my equipment. Upgrade weapons and rig using the bench. Upgrade weapons. Improve the selected weapon or rig's capability by investing power nodes in their upgrade graph. Oh, good lord. This is something, I know it's not complicated, but the fact that it's almost midnight and I'm like only 30% paying attention to the game. I'm not a very good streamer, you guys. Maybe it's one of these... I know this is shocking to hear me admit this. But I think I need to come clean. It's been 10 years. Time for me to come clean. I think I'm not a very good video game live streamer. There. I said it. Unlock new upgrade. Because I'm sitting here like this is probably some super basic shit. And I'm just like looking at it like it's Greek. Like, what are they talking about? That sounds hard. It sounds hard what they're trying to teach me right now. I don't get it. Meanwhile, flashback 12 hours ago, I was literally drafting complicated procedures for lawyers. I just run out of mental juice by the time you guys see me. I swear I'm not this dumb. I'm not this dumb all day long. I start off, I have a lot of brain power. It just gets used up. You guys always see me after my brain power's used up. Had duck boobs, which means Howard the Duck was a mammal, not actually a bird. Well, that's fascinating to think about. You ever seen Howard the Duck? It's supposed to be a pretty classic, bad movie nowadays. I don't remember seeing Howard the Duck. And I can't remember... I think I must have tried to see it or saw it and didn't really like it that much. But I can't remember. I remember not liking it, though. I think I tried to watch it, and I either did get through it or didn't. But I didn't like it. I don't remember why I didn't like it. You want to live stream me doing my work product? That would be... And we just watched... I just spent... I think still I need to finish the training. I keep getting... There's always a million fires at my job that keep me from doing the thing. Whatever thing I'm trying to do. A million other things happen and I don't do that thing. One of the things I've been trying to do for the past 2 weeks is our mandatory annual compliance trainings. We get to see hours and hours of videos and written materials and everything you can think of, little pop quizzes, everything else about data security, protecting personal information, HIPAA rules, all this stuff. And I don't deal with like a lot of people's medical shit, but our company, you know, deals with lawsuits and some of them do. So everyone in our company has to see all about HIPAA, all about everything else. And let me tell you, pretty sure I cannot live stream myself doing my job. Based on the trainings that I have every year. Maybe if you ask me in, you know, catch me in August when it's been almost a year since I've had the compliance training and say, hey, you want to live stream yourself doing your job while you're still smart so we can see it? And I'll be like, hey, yeah, I'd love to do that. You guys never seen me actually not be like tired as fuck with my brain. The risk of your job to prove 10 people online you're smart, they would understand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I didn't finish the training yet, but it would totally make sense if there's some sort of HIPAA rule exception. It's like, well, no, our company won't get the $1 million fine if it was just like people in a video game live stream, because there's no way that's going to get back to like industrial sabotage or any of that like personal information is they're going to connect that to any real person, whatever. None of that ever sticks to people's brains either. They still use insecure passwords. You feel like all your brain power is used at work and you're on fumes, relaxed otherwise. Yeah, that's sort of how I feel. And then like when I live stream, if I'm playing a game that I don't already know all the ins and outs, then I miss stuff too. Whatever. Like that's why I was really enjoying Oblivion. And I was like, I was playing Oblivion last week, and Matus, was it you that came in and said Happy HAWKTOBER? And I was like, my initial response was, oh yeah, it is getting close to October. And then I was like, oh shit, it's October 2nd. And then I was like, fuck. That means I'm going to have to like change gears and play scary games in my streams. But luckily I had been thinking about this, like actually kind of wanting to play this game. I got an itch for this game a few weeks ago. But shit, I need to, you know what? I need to stop playing this game. It's like midnight. And that's one other reason I'm fucking tired. Over here. Here we go. I won't leave right away. I'm tired. They still talk to people they shouldn't. Oh, all the security breaches and shit. Yeah. You chose a bad time to change jobs. So you accept your brain melting. Yeah, ever since... I mean, my brain... The whole time I've been at this company, it's always been a mental... Like a challenge to do this stuff that I do. But this past year has just taken it to a whole new level. Like before, it would come in bursts of like, oh, there's this new thing we're gonna have to learn how to do. And then it's like fucking hard to get it down, and it takes like weeks to like really get it down. But then once you knew it, it was like you'd go like 3 months where it was like that's just the thing you needed to know, and then it would change again, and you have to learn a whole new thing. What I've been doing for the last year, it's like we're always reinventing the wheel constantly, like twice a week. Reinventing everything that we're doing twice a week. At the same level of complexity of the stuff that like in my last job, it would be hard. It would take you weeks to learn it, and then you'd go a few months and have to learn a new thing. That's happening like constantly. Sometimes multiple things happening at the same time because we're training other people to do everything. So it's like we have to prepare to like make the actual procedures, and we're gonna put these 3 people on this assignment and these 3 people on this assignment, and then be like, okay. Like one time we actually had like me and the person that I do this with were a couple weeks ago. Like literally, we usually co-host the trainings because we develop the procedures together. And those were like, we had to have both trainings for 2 different assignments at the same time on the same day. And it was like, all right, well, I guess I'll do this one and you do that one. But anyways. Last week you were not here because the stream is only 45 minutes long. I'm going to have to look. Somebody came in, even though it was only 45 minutes long. I could have sworn it was you, Matus. Came in and said, call Happy Hawktober. But it could, who knows, could have been anybody. A lot of people would mark the beginning of Hawktober. You're getting tired too, EV23. You remember me streaming 10 to 12 minutes last week? Acting like you'd come back and then not do so. Oh, right. That was the week that I did that. Because we were prepping for... We were staining furniture that night. And setting up the television. So... I have no regrets. Yeah, by the time we did all stuff and I ate, it was 10. And I'll tell you guys, if, like, every other night this week, I'm asleep by 9:30 to 10. Like... It kind of sucks because, like, my sleep pattern gets so fucked up so easily these days. My brain is just my brain is just doing too much all the time. And working things. A lot of it's thinking about my job. But then there's just, like, a lot of the move, all the shit we have to do, like, weird shit that's happening in my family. There's just, like, all this stuff. My brain's always, like... That's where I get up in the middle of the night. I've been doing this for like 10 years. Wake up once in the middle of the night to go pee. Then, historically speaking, I go back to bed and go back to sleep. But this year, I get up, I go pee, my brain flips on, starts engaging with all the shit that I've I'm dealing with in life. Not all of it is like horrible, bad, but sometimes it is. Some of it is. Some of it I don't talk a lot about. Well, I can't get into, like, job stuff, but there's stuff going on. Just a lot. This year's been a lot. A lot of it's good. Like, the moving and stuff is exciting. It's good. It's still fucking a lot. It's not bad. Most of the stuff that I'm dealing with is not necessarily bad. Just once in a while, something's bad. But... Oh, God. No, I'm not reading it. I am definitely not reading any legal case law right now. That is definitively not gonna happen. Nick says time for some wheel. I probably should do some wheel. And no reinventing the wheel. Seems like I huffed a lot of fumes. Do you mean now? Like after I've done all that? Maybe that's gonna explain my little brain thing going on. Or last week, it seems like I have. Because I literally, that stream was between things we were doing with the entertainment. We had just been staining stuff out in the garage for like an hour. And then I came in and did that stream. All right, let's come over here. First off, Brad. You won the last wheel. So... Before I spin the wheel again, you have dibs. You have the right of first refusal, or whatever you want to call it. Choose. I don't even know if... Don't you have all these games already? I don't know. Did you actually have a period where you didn't have humble choice? All these games are humble choice. Now, I was smarter last week. Okay, well, you gotta remember, last week I streamed from 7:25 to 8 o'clock or something like that. So you actually caught me streaming earlier than I normally do. I was not nearly as tired. And I was awake because I'd been doing physical stuff. So... I should do some screens. See, I don't even know what that means right now. Oh my god, look what P-Rich is doing. P-Rich... We did a spin earlier tonight. Before we started playing the game. And P-Rich won, but he was mysteriously absent. Apparently, some story about heating up edamame. And he's handing over the win to EV-23. EV-23! What do you think of this amazing list of games right here? Are you willing to accept what Brad is giving to you? It does look like she's enthusiastic about this offer, Brad. OMG, awesome. These are all signs of enthusiasm. Cheating and collusion. Uh-oh, Joss is not having any of this shit. So I think what that would mean, though, is at least if I do another spin tonight, at least for tonight, if Evie's taking Brad's win, I think we take Evie off just for tonight for the next spin. Because having Evie get to claim 2 games in one night just feels a little excessive. If that's fair. If everyone feels like that's fair. Because I know Brad technically did the win and he's passing it to someone else, but you know. You can say Brad facilitated Evie's win for the evening. Okay. So, EV-23, you get to select the first winning game of HAWKTOBER 2025. You're in it for love of the spin. Evie, would you like one of these games? And if so, do you know which of these games that you would like? Or should I do another spin and you need to think about it? Or have you known, like, I had this list up for like 45 minutes earlier. Maybe longer. You want Thaumaturge? Really? Seems like not the first one I would have expected you to go for, but there's no wrong decisions. They're all decent games for the right person. So we're going to do that. Firstly, let's get my Humble on. And let's get my Discord opened. And let's go down to where I can find. As one of the Humble Choice ones recently is that Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. I almost was like, is there some way I could make the case that that's scary? But I don't think I could, even though it's got ghosts in it. Also, I think it's a lot more story-oriented than I want to do on stream. Okay, here's Thaumaturge. Okay, game on. Oh, hello. Why am I suddenly logged out? Oh, no. We needed to verify this computer is yours? What the hell are you talking about? We sent the code to the email address below. And then it doesn't tell me what email address. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what email address. They're really making me jump through the hoops. And now I bet it went to my spam folder too. There it is. Look, I'm doing so much for you right now, Evie. You have no idea of the trials and tribulations that I am going through right now. Account verification? What? So much work. Okay. All right. I got the code. Now I'm going to come over to Discord. And hey, look, the last message was from Halloween of 2024. A congratulatory big win for, and last year you were the first winner of HAWKTOBER and the last. All right. Anyways, here I'm going to do another one. Congratulations for your big win. I'm going to reproduce what I said last year. Your big win for the first Wheel of Misfortune of HAWKTOBER 2025. Even though you didn't really win. I put extra E's on there. Hold on, I need to cough now. You ever have a cough and then the tickle makes you sneeze? Even though you didn't really win, here is your key for the unexpected. Thaumaturge. I'm probably spelling it wrong. Oh, lots of exclamation points. Oh. And then I'll hit that. And then I'll paste the key in a separate thing. There you go, EV23. You now have a Steam key relayed to you in Discord for Thaumaturge. Yeah, now that my voice is like thrashed, no singing tonight. No, I don't think so. It's just enough for me to do this. And now I need to, I gotta take Thaumaturge off the list. Boop, boop. And now I gotta go to my tracking list. I swear, this is a lot to do all this, you know? So much work. First winner, P. Rich, passed win to EV 23. EV 23. I got Thaumaturge. And we will now remove Thaumaturge from the list of available games. I am not naked on the floor. I'm sitting in a chair with my alien Game Over shirt. Very clearly not naked. Now you can't vouch for whatever's going on below the shirt. But at the very least, I'm half not naked. We can leave it right there. All right. Back to the wheel. Here we are. Oh. Hot. It's hot here. It's hot out here. All right. Who wants to be? Let me interact with that wheel. Who wants to be on the wheel this time? Well, we're gonna take Evie and P. Rich off of the wheel. Who wants to be on the wheel? Nick still wants to be on. Joss, I'm assuming, still wants to be on. Rock Slide? Thinks Rock Slide's been gone for a couple hours. He was also on the wheel. Armando? Do you want to be on the wheel? If you win, you can choose one of these games and I'll give you a Steam key. So that you can own it. Or at least have a license that's the functional equivalent of owning it, but technically isn't. Oh, here we are again with the explosion. Woo! And all that fire. So much fire. Don't be scared. Just because there's a spooky bird on a gravestone above my head. Oh! So hot! Oh! 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 Now that's good. It's starting to sound like Santa Claus. That's a... Okay, no, it's a... MUHUHUHAHAAAA. At Christmas, it's... Oh! Ho! 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 I gotta get my laugh right for the season. It requires having Steam. Yeah, it does. I mean, or creating a Steam account after you win. Although I don't know who plays PC games in this day and age and doesn't already have a Steam account. It is hot out there. Yes, Brad, it is. It's still lingering a little bit of warmth over there. Luckily, the flames seem to have died down. Oh! Fuck! All right. So, sorry. Okay, thank you. You like my acting talents? This is the 12:15 in the morning acting school. Oh, fuck! It's all consuming. It's not good. I am not a good actor, and not even a little bit. All right. Is it literally going to be Nick and Joss on there? You got other games from Linux repositories? Seems like a weird way to get games, if you ask me. But I should. It burns! Yeah, it does. It's hot! It's hot! Oh! There it is again! Oh, sometimes it flares up! It flares up, it gets really bad. Whew. Okay. Thank goodness the flames have died down again. No! I spoke too soon. Okay, I gotta stop. I'm much less prone to be hurt by my neighbors these days. I don't want to push my luck. They're hearing me screaming about being on fire. Ooh, 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 potato! Ooh, ooh. Okay, gotta stop. I haven't played Tux Racer. No, I haven't. In fact, I'm not even sure if I've heard of Tux Racer. You see, I put the names on the wheel. Then I spin the wheel. And wherever that little birdie's beak points at it, when the wheel stops spinning, that person gets to choose a game off of that list. A PC game that I will give them the Steam keys in order to own. That's what's happening here. And occasionally I catch on fire in the middle of this process. Thankfully, right now the flames have died down. I'm feeling relatively comfortable. Oh! Woo! Woo! Okay. All right. But Evie literally just got a Steam key sent to her. Come on. And after what Joss went through before, come on, you guys. It's true you gave her. You gave her the win. All right. Well, I'm going to consult. I feel there's something to me that doesn't feel right about the possibility of one person coming away with 2 games. if anything, if you didn't want to win the game, you know, so if you didn't want to win yourself, I'm not saying you shouldn't have participated, but this all leaves of what like a surplus win. How does this remove both of us? Alright, son of a bitch. We'll put Evie in there again. I know if you win, you're not gonna keep it. Maybe you'll give it to Nick or Joss, I don't know. I'm very confused right now. I don't know what to do. Well, I'm giving out one key. I'm giving out one key every time I spin the wheel. So I spun the wheel once a few hours ago. And Brad won, and he just said, let Evie take my win. It probably is territory we've explored before. And probably I had the same. It seems fair for both to be off. And what I said was, I'm not taking Evie off for the duration of HAWKTOBER. But I don't think she should be able to walk away with 2 games in one night. That's how I feel about it. Well, the thing is, he's got to stretch out for the rest of the month, because it's a HAWKTOBER thing, right? But yeah, it's over the month of HAWKTOBER, more people will frequently be in and out. So, it's not always just these people in here, even though it kind of looks that way. But HAWKTOBER, I don't know, maybe this year will be different, but HAWKTOBER brings people, long-standing viewers of the channel, pop in during HAWKTOBER that may not even usually stop by the rest of the year. Put you back on, you want to win again? Alright, I'm gonna ask Nick what Nick thinks. Nick and Joss are the 2 people that stand to not win again by losing to people that already won tonight. I don't know how to parcel it out, who exactly won. That's true, I might not ever stream again. You're not Joss and you'd like to be added? Well, hello, JJ, who's definitely not Joss. How, since Evie won, she needs to get 2 spins in a row for the next one? Why does that? How is that equitable? What about Nick C, who hasn't won anything? Did he get... How many spins does he get? I don't know who that JJ is, but you think they should have a... You think JJ deserves a chance? I don't know, I'm feeling... I mean, you know, the thing is about JJ is the way he came in hot, saying he's not Joss, calm me paranoid. But makes me even think it is even more, it actually is Joss. Now I know that sounds a little kooky, like a guy who's just like paranoid. Oh, her name needs to land twice to get another key. I see what you're doing. You love lawyers and hate the Wheel of Time. Game. Well, wait, this is definitely not Joss. Because Joss hates lawyers and loves the Wheel of Time. JJ is a new viewer. You get the same chance on Wheel of Misfortune like it. Is that what? Does everyone feel that way about JJ? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. You guys are making some compelling arguments, but I don't want to do it over anyone's objections. Nick, how do you feel about this JJ situation that's arisen? Because that might look something like this. I didn't know that he hated lawyers, but I'm assuming since everything that JJ is saying about himself appears to be the exact opposite of Joss, that we could extrapolate that if JJ loves lawyers, first off, JJ is not Joss, and Joss is Joss, right? So the pattern is set there. Then JJ hates the Wheel of Time, and we know that Joss loves the Wheel of Time. And so therefore, if the pattern is consistent, if JJ loves lawyers, we can extrapolate that Joss hates lawyers. It seems stacked against people who only have one account. Alright, how about we do this? I have an equitable solution. Although I think we're getting way too many names on here. There's someone that, as the gaming lawyer, I can see who's in the chat. You guys can't. The streamer can see things you guys can't. There's this. There's another lurker in the chat called C Nick. I think he might be related to P Rich. Let's see. Does that add up though? Did I get it all right? Oh no, I need to. Let me see. I got it out of order. Here we go. It's got to look like this if we want it to be equitable. There we go. Would you feel any better about this, Nick? If I added C Nick to the wheel 3 times as well? And then in the middle of all that, the very, very end. We have one itty bitty little P Rich. What do you think about that? Just to sort of acknowledge the debacle that we've gotten into with the whole P Rich winning, but then handing his win to someone else. Alright, so Nick, do you feel like this is an acceptable solution to our quandary? It deals with the whole multi-account situation. And also gives just a little bit to P Rich. Does anyone object to this proposed outcome? Whew, it is hot again. You will help claim their win? Okay. Nick? When he said this would make for an exciting spin, I don't know if he said that before or after I added P Rich to the mix. Again. Let's go, JJ. Let's go. All right. This is going to happen now. I'm going to spin this thing. Who will win? I'm so tired, but I should do the voice. Who will win the Wheel of Misfortune? Ooh. Looks like it's... Oh, look who it is. The mysterious lurker, Scenic. Let's see, we'll remove all instant... No, we'll leave it up for now. Scenic! Newcomer to the stream who I've not met before. Congratulations on your big win. Perhaps, Nick, are you familiar with Scenic? Perhaps he maybe he's shy and he's told you which game he would like. And thank you all for playing the Wheel of Misfortune. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, Alien Dark Descent. That's a good one. That's another one I was like half tempted to play again. I really liked that game. It got hard, but I really liked that game. I can't remember why I stopped playing it. Aside from I know it got a little hard. All right. So, we'll come here. Come back over here. Beep, 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 beep. I've just got to find it. Looky, looky, looky. Alright, there it is. Don't make me do the verification. There we go. Hello, Nick. I hear you are great friends with our most recent big winner. On the Wheel of Misfortune, Scenic. Please send along this alien Dark Descent Steam key with my warmest regards and congratulations. And then there's the key. You can pass that along. All right, good night, Joss. On the next days next week, you're on days next week, so you won't be able to catch the stream. Okay. And maybe, who the hell knows, I'll be able to do a bonus stream. Are you free this weekend, Joss? I might angle for a stream this weekend. I don't know. We'll see what's happening. We'll see what's happening. Warmest regards. Yes. Tell Scenic you're welcome. Big winner. switches schedule every week, and you have no idea why. Okay. Oh, Federal Holiday Monday. Okay. Oh shit! What? No, I don't have a holiday on Monday. I was like, wait, do I have a day off on Monday? I never get all that shit off. I don't think I get another day off until Thanksgiving. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything about the bonus stream. You're right, Brad. Forget I mentioned it. Forget I mentioned it. Well, you know, every Hawktober, my plan is to do a bunch of bonus streams. Last year, I think I actually managed to do some bonus streams. But this year's a lot more fucking chaotic than last year was. That's the problem. Last year's leaving me a lot more, like, wiped out all the time. So bonus streams might be a little harder. Harder for me to muster up the... Whatever term you want to use for things you gotta muster up to do things. Yeah, well, Zornkev, in fairness, you didn't miss a lot of Dead Space. You missed a lot of me standing around in Dead Space, talking about unrelated topics to the chat. Some of it was related. You'll hold this lie in your heart forever? Oh. No, Brad, no. No, I did so last... I did so last... I feel like last October I did pretty good. I feel like I did. I feel like I didn't miss any Thursdays. I could be completely reconstructing history. None of this may be true. Here, let me get over here to the thanks for watching screen. Now I need to go look. See how I did last year. Burp. Beep. All right, Joss. Have a good night, man. Here, let's look at this. We'll see what happened last October. That was my post. The first game I played after Halloween was Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. I actually had fun with that game. I particularly remember that's when I discovered that Joss is lying about being in the military because he didn't know anything about the operations that I was conducting. Joss, all these years talking about being in the military, he didn't even know about like how to take out a drug lord. All right. There's that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's actually a lot of streams for 31 days. 12? Right? So it's like 3 streams a week. Oh yeah, the key binding problems was the thing. That almost threw the whole... There's like a key binding control problem in this version of Dead Space. Almost made me want to rage quit. But we worked through it. I seem too smart to like Tom Clancy related media. I enjoyed Tom Clancy's Roast Geekon. Ghost Recon. I thought it was fun. Not about being smart, Brad. Sometimes the thing's just fun. That's how I felt about that game. I streamed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'd have to get a little more in depth to see exactly which days I streamed. Could I go into my my managed videos page to get precise dates? This is the inside look. Can I go up to 50 per screen? Let's see. Yeah, we do have the precise dates. October 31, Look, all these are partially blocked because of the Halloween music that I use. This stream's going to be partially blocked too. Certain countries. It's like some Eastern European countries, I think. October 31, October 29, 25. I had 2 streams on the same day. Must have been a Saturday or something. So 2 streams on October 25th. Stream on October 23rd. October 29th. Or October 19th, October 18th, October 16th, October 11th, October 8th, October 3rd, and October 1st. I don't think I can live up to that shit. That was a lot of streams. That was a... How did I do that last year? I guess I was still working my old job, too. That was right before I switched to my new department. I was excellent in the Hunt for Red October. It was a Tuesday and also your anniversary. Oh, wow. And having said that, here we go. Thanks for the watching. That's what it says. Thanks for watching. Now what do I do? Oh yeah. See. I do this. I should do like a HAWKTOBER themed lullaby. Maybe someday. This is scary enough. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now. EV23P, Rich, Nick C, Armando, Taylor, Zorn, Tegas, Zorn, Kev, maybe Matus. I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. I don't suppose there's any chance Joss is still there. Good night, Joss. Who else could be there? I know I said Armando Tellez, but then I caught myself. I said Tegas. That's better.